I got a bottle of Patron, and yes, my money feeling long, and yes, I'm smoking on it strong. I'm going all in. Every day we make it rain, busting open that champagne. It's going all in, all in, all in, all in. I'm going all in, drinking my wedding gin. You got a couple friends, well tell them girls they can come in. We popping rosé, looking through Cartiers. We got an ounce of Kush, so bring that OJ. Shout it, keep choosing, so just come my way. Sipping champagne, it's smoking my money feeling long, and yes, the sky is on me Mayday. Groupies calling my phone, but they on your way. So let's go to the back, smoke this green, sip this jack. Got you laying on your back, beat that thing like rat-tat-tat. Ooh, we cutie, you got a big ass booty. Tell your friend fuck the club and let's go to my studio. Let go, we got the goose, we got the dro. We ain't leaving till by 4, so let's head to my hotel. The drunk got me moving just like a snail. We going all in, nigga, fuck a Richter scale. I got a bottle of Patron, and yes, my money feeling long, and yes, I'm smoking on it strong. I'm going all in. Every day we make it rain, busting open that champagne. It's going all in, all in, all in. I got a bottle of Patron, and yes, my money feeling long, and yes, I'm smoking on it strong. I'm going all in. Every day we make it rain, busting open that champagne. It's going all in, all in, all in, all in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Damn, we out of all these bottles, we gon' need some more. A nigga tryna score, all in, guarantee to win. Bust open them bottles of Patron and then we back again. You smoking that mid, man, we smoking that Pakistan. Flyer than Peter Pan, this shit should be illegal, man. I'm whipping the Regal, man, higher than a seagull, man. Spinning like a ceiling fan, a nigga got them Benjamins. Ballin' like I'm Gucci, man, yeah, I like that Gucci, man. But I fuck with Louis, man, I even rock the Chewy, man. What you say, nigga? I'll even rock the Chewy, man. Hoes got my head so big like I'm Stewie, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls riding in my ride. Doors of suicide like these bitches tryna fly. I call them kamikaze cause these niggas tryna die. I'm going all in, you can catch me in the sky. I got a bottle of Patron, and yes, my money feeling long, and yes, I'm smoking on it strong. I'm going all in. Every day we make it rain, busting open that champagne. It's going all in, all in, all in, all in. I got a bottle of Patron, and yes, my money feeling long, and yes, I'm smoking on it strong. I'm going all in. Every day we make it rain, busting open that champagne. It's going all in, all in, all in, all in. I make the ladies go so crazy that they wanna have my baby. Maybe it's my Mercedes, maybe cause my gravy. Maybe because I've been going in so lately that some of them wanna date me. Fall in and do a show. Then wanna date me and some just wanna rate me. Haters wanna hate me, but haters can never break me. Haters only make me, and this girl, she will take me. This ain't B-ball, homeboy, you cannot fake me. Sit your ass down, little nigga, don't mistake me. Now get down low, drop the flow and make it roll. Do it fast, do it slow. Go all in and do a show. Make that ass shake as the rose pose on all foes. If you a baller, ain't got that guala, then make it snow. Whoa, the club ain't closing till about 4, so let go. Back to the room so we can smoke on some dro. The party really just fucking begin. I'm going all in, I'm going all in. I got a bottle of Patron, and yes, my money feeling long, and yes, I'm smoking on it strong. I'm going all in. Every day we make it rain, busting open that champagne. It's going all in, all in, all in, all in. I'm going all in, 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 I'm going all in.
Beats Planet.
Yeah, loud like a motherfucking trumpet, nigga. This nigga David fucking high as fuck trying to engineer for me. I need a fucking vacation, man. Let's go.
I got her in that room and we smoking on that ganja green. Her left leg is Christmas and her right leg is Halloween. Let me spend some time between them holidays. Let me spend some time between them holidays. Let me spend some time between them holidays. You said you wanna smoke, I want some pussy. That's an even trait, so can I stay? Want some pussy? Pop duvet, watch a movie. I'm tryna vacate with your booty, so bend over, baby. Let me get that coochie. And I surfed in the pussy like a motherfucking wave. Got lost
in the pussy like a motherfucking cave. And I worked in the pussy like a motherfucking slave. Baptized in the pussy so you know niggas say. But let me behave and watch what I say. I know the pussy good, I know the pussy great. Give me a couple days and I'll be out your way. Beat the pussy up like a nigga named just a slave. Watch me make it purr when I hit that nerve. Too wild up in this bitch, put that pussy on reserve. Stepped out on the scene, looking fresh and clean. Saw another sexy girl, asked her do she want this gangsta green, gangsta green. I got her in that room and we smoking on that ganja green. Her left leg is Christmas and her right leg is Halloween. Let me spend some time between them holidays. Let me spend some time between them holidays. Yo, testicles 1, 2, testicles 1, 2, testicles 1 fucking 2 in the building, man. Just got done eating some. 6:09 in the building. Friday afternoon, going into the evening. Hope everybody's doing well right now. We got a little bit of a different topic at hand. Nothing sneaker related. However, I might be doing some sneaker stuff, probably pulling up tomorrow because some stuff is coming across the desk right now. Some additional news reports that I'm currently looking into, so I have to keep you guys updated on that. But salute to everybody following in here real quick. Salute. You already know what it is, man. Salute to Brandon, Tristan. I see Bucks in the motherfucking building, Chicago South Side in this thing. Salutes to Chino, Tommy Ramey. What's good, Tommy? Good to see you. Jordan 12905. You feel me? I sound doubled? Exactly, and that's a problem in itself right there. Hold on. I sound doubled? Alright, let me figure out what the hell's going on here because your boy ran into this issue. I ran into the same issue when I was filming. Now, I need to figure out what the hell that is, though. The DSLR, let me see. It's an echo, I understand. Hold on, y'all. Broadcast, chat, mic. Maybe this is why. Let me see. What is this then? Broadcast. Okay. What about now? Y'all hear me now? Testing. Yeah. Testing. Hold on. Something is doubling up in my audio.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
What up, Tony? Chat, go ahead and link the stream.
You already know what it is. Salute to motherfucking OG Chocolate Drop, man.
Gassed up shawty,
Hold on.
said I need my 40.
What about now?
Up to the party,
Y'all hear me now? Hold on. Testing. Yeah. Testing. Alright, so it's still there. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on then. Let me see. I gotta unhide. There it is. There it is. Okay, I think I know what it is. It's there now though. We got rid of it. Oh, it's the fucking figures. Okay, well we can now hide that. I got it now, right? We're good, right? We're good now, right? Okay. I guess we can leave it for now. Alright, salute to everybody in the building. I'm happy to see everybody filing in. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in, man, as you already know what it is. We got a topic at hand, man. A topic that I'm a little scared to just talk about myself. I don't know. I mean, I don't work hourly wages. I don't work an hourly wage. I work, I guess, more so closer to something of a salary almost. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't say that with oh, I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I say that with this. That's how it is. So it's easier for me to.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
Davon Patterson for the $3.
Salute, Tony. Flexed bicep.
You already
100.
know. I appreciate that, Davon. Salute to my brother Davon. Salute to my brother OG Chocolate Drop for the donos. All donos appreciated and loved. And if any time in this live we, mute the donos, they will always get read. They will always get read. We also got a Pokemon pack break. I'm gonna have to probably do a live stream on that maybe tomorrow or something like that. Cause I messed up on that other video because of the same situation with the echo. But we have a lot to talk about. That beer's good. All right, let's get straight into it. Okay, so minimum wage was trying to get pushed and got denied in the Senate. It even got denied by some Democrats. I believe 4 Democrats or 8 Democrats. My bad. 8 Democrats actually said no to it. So it didn't happen. That does not necessarily mean that it's going to be done or it won't be tried later on down the road. They've tried to implement it in the relief plan and into the stimulus package. A lot of different things, but once again, you know, it's been denied by the Senate. And I was sitting and I made a tweet about this about 2 days ago. I think I made the tweet actually before it actually went to the Senate to be voted on, and asked, you know, was minimum wage really the right thing to do? It may seem like, why, Tony? Like, more money is always good money. Why are you acting like this? Why are you thinking that way? Well, I'm thinking of it from a business standpoint. Or not even a business standpoint. I'm just thinking of it as a worldwide standpoint. In my tweet, which I will just recite myself, was as follows. We had a lot of people with talks and thoughts and all that. So let me see. Let me go ahead and delete this tweet because I no longer even have that video up. Let me go ahead and read this off real quick. All right. Let's read the actual tweet. So, matter of fact, let me go to media. I like media. Media, and then we'll go to display. It's there. Okay. Fuck. Hold on, chat. This shit acting crazy right now. The fuck is this? Okay. Jesus. All right, here we go. So this is the actual tweet I tweeted out. If I pay 2 employees with $10 an hour, my expenses on that is $20 a month. Let's say that I have $40 in sales, so I profit $20 a month. So if I raise it now to $15 a month for those 2 workers, my profit would now go from 20 to 10. Wouldn't the owner just up the food prices to compensate the loss of profit? Before people blow up and say I'm against upping minimum wage, I'm simply asking the question, if we up it, wouldn't prices on certain things go up in order for people to maintain the profits and then in return cause us to spend more money? This is a question I'm curious about, that's all. You either have prices getting upped or you have these workers getting their hours cut short. So maybe they get, you know, we're just putting this in the most simplest terms possible with them being paid $10 an hour and going up to 15. But let's say that, you know, a dude does $10 an hour and he works 3 hours. That's $30. Now you up him to $15. He loses that hour, but he still gets paid $30 there. But the worker and the owner in that case gets 1 hour less of work done. So in some shape or form, I guess his business is taking a loss in that. So what happens with a loss? Loss of profits equals loss of money, which equals a loss of a lot of things.
That pussy popping on a handstand.
Salute to motherfucking Strange One for the $5. I appreciate that. No message, just $5. So, there's been a lot of talks of various things. Some being, you know, the fact that minimum wage has not moved, but the cost of living and everything else has moved. So it's about time that we have an up of minimum wage. And minimum wage has not been moved since 2009. So it kind of just leads me to think, like, is this the right move? What can happen if we up minimum wage? But then also it makes me question and ask, what happens to the people who are at poverty now? If you are at poverty or you are doing your low, you know, you're getting help from the government, you're making, what is the national minimum wage? Right now. The national minimum wage is $7.25. That's fucking low. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. I feel the pain. Let's say you're making that amount of money, okay? You're getting help from the government and all that. And you got a person now, right now, this moment, who's getting paid.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
So salute to Millie for that.
Slat.
Slat. We're gonna bring everybody in here too, because I definitely think this is a conversation, and I would love to give my platform for you guys to talk on it. So like I said, you got 725, and then you got another guy out there who is making $16 an hour. He's making $15.50 right now. You move the national debt up, the national minimum wage up to that $15.50. Is that person that's now making $15.50 now go from middle class or low middle class to now low class? Does that person that makes $15.50 now can he now get government assistance? Does he now get EPT? Those are the questions I would like to know as well, because if damn, I already switched it over. Let me go back. By you, basically you have a number of people who are getting government assistance, getting some sort of assistance at this minimum wage. By you upping it to 15, you're basically bringing in a whole new group of people now that will be getting that government assistance, or maybe the government assistance amount would decrease now that people are getting paid 15 instead of 725. Maybe they don't get $100, $200 in EBT, they get 100 now because they're getting paid more from the actual employee. Those are the things and the questions I have a lot about, and I honestly don't know these things, but I do want to have the conversation. I know that they want to raise this up to $15, but I do know one thing for certain. I know that. I don't know the whole effect it would have, but I do know one thing. There's no such thing as free money. There's no such thing as free healthcare. These words free, they're not really free. There's something that has to happen on the back end to make that actually appear. You feel what I'm saying? Shit, water's not free. It may appear free. You can open the faucet up and grab a cup and drink it, but it's not free. Tap water is not free. Toilet water is not free. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it costs money to live. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So these frees and these increases of this, the world and life is about balance. It's about seesawing and shit. You take one thing, another thing happens. You do one thing, another thing happens. If you increase the minimum wage, something is going to happen. Nothing is just going to follow in line and go. So I'm kind of trying to figure out, to the people out there who agree that we need minimum wage or disagree, both parties, I would love to hear what is going to happen or what they think will happen. Me personally, my brain, that could be totally wrong, not knowing. I think that you increase minimum wage, you open up the opportunity for people to lose their hours. You now gain a whole extra new poverty line of people. And now you also are, who knows what the prices of things are going to do. You increase anything, bro. People are going to have to compensate for it in some shape or form. I was talking to a lot of people on Twitter and they're agreeing with me. A lot of people agreed. A lot of people saw that companies like Walmart and Amazon, these companies, the biggest thing of it all, the biggest problem of it all is not, you think you're attacking the big companies by getting that minimum wage. Who's going to be affected the most are the small businesses out there. You will do this and Walmart and Amazon will easily be able to accept that increase of minimum wage. But the mom and pop shop may not be able to do so. They're not competing with a Walmart and Amazon. So for instance, if I'm selling berries at my place and Walmart is selling berries and I'm on that same plane with them, we're both selling our berries for $2 and then they increase the minimum wage and now I have to pay my workers more. I have to compensate that by increasing my berries. Walmart already has such a great profit margin because they're paying their workers shit and they're getting shit for cheap that they can keep their prices there. So who are you going to go to, Walmart or you're going to go pay more for the mom and pop are going to go pay more at Walmart. Now Walmart can sit with that price and in return the competitor phases out. The small business phases out. Amazon has Amazon Basics. They sell from batteries, clippers. They sell every goddamn thing on Amazon Basic. The competitors on that platform now are going to be having to compete with Amazon, who's already a competitor at this time. You feel me? Exactly, William. William said that I don't know about how small businesses will adapt, but as far as Walmart and Amazon killing small businesses in some way, I believe so. They definitely are. I mean, Walmart and Amazon, bro, are monopolies, in my opinion. You know, people won't say that because monopolies are technically illegal, but in the way, when you look at Amazon and how their integration is, I'm forgetting the name. Let me look it up. I believe it is horizontal integration and vertical integration, right? Is it an integration? What's the name? Is it horizontal monopoly? It's the name. I forgot. Let me see. I'm gonna figure out the name. It's called damn it. I forgot the name of it. One is going up and one is going horizontal. And what I mean by that, Amazon making products, Amazon selling products. Now Amazon has a shipping service. I'm hopefully saying it correctly. They're going down the vertical path of the monopoly, where they are now a shipping service. They are now a fulfillment service. They now own product. They all now own sell product. They are developing what is basically called a monopoly. Once they got Amazon Prime trucks out there driving and are no longer in need of FedEx and fucking UPS, that's called monopolizing the market. You feel me? Yes, legalized monopoly. Same with Facebook. Salute to Stare Direct in the building. Yeah, I mean, they're Facebook is taking the path of what I probably would say maybe Rockefeller was doing, and what's the other guy? What's the other one that made a hell of a lot of money? Steel man. What's his name? Carnegie? Is it Carnegie? Andrew Carnegie? Carnegie? Because they basically what Rockefeller was doing was just buying all these companies out, just buying them the fuck out, get them out of here. You know what I'm saying? Facebook buying Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Facebook buying every goddamn thing possible. You feel what I'm saying? Let's bring in some of you guys in the chat. If you want to take that link, take that motherfucking link. Let's talk about it. Sean, I mean, that's kind of what it is being done right now, though, Sean. I mean, you know, being adjusted state by state. But I do feel like a national minimum wage is good to keep things in check. But you bring that motherfucking $15 over here, because in Georgia it's $7. I think minimum wage in Georgia is $7.25. Georgia minimum wage. Whoa. Okay. Georgia's minimum wage is $5.15. I don't know what the fuck that means though. Hold on. It's $7.25. It says it's $5.15, but that the minimum wage federally will, I don't know. Fair Labor Law Standard Act must pay the $7.25 minimum wage. I don't know if this has anything to do with maybe like being a waiter or some shit and they get the tips. Maybe they're getting paid $5.15. I don't know. That's insane though. I remember getting paid $5.15 back in 2007, bro. I was getting paid like trash, bro. Hey, let me put it this way. I don't think it is either. Salute to Daniel Blake. I don't think it is. I don't think it's possible either. I'm just typed it in on Google and it popped up. It has to be $7.25 because there's no way the federal will always over that. But it's saying that. Let me see. Okay, DOA, Georgia government. The federal minimum wage is $7.25 per hour. Increment changes as follows. So, yeah, okay. Georgia's minimum wage is $5.15 per hour. However, with some limited exceptions, the federal minimum wage rate applies. Georgia's minimum wage law can be found in the... So how the fuck is it $5.15, but it's a federal... I'm confused. I don't know if there's some... Okay, this was January 16, 2019. Georgia's minimum wage is still $5.15. That's not unusual in the South. Around the country, workers started the year off with a raise. The minimum wage went up in a total of 20 states, but not in Georgia. When it comes to minimum wage, Georgia is one of several southern states that has stuck a different approach. But then he asked me about why Georgia. The wage doesn't affect most workers since it's below the federal minimum, but keeping a low minimum wage on the books, even so, is not unusual in the South. I don't know how this works then. I don't know how this it basically, our minimum wage is $5.15, but people get paid $7.25. That's what they're trying to say here. I don't know if maybe that's for contractors, like contracting work, like 1099 maybe. I don't know what the fuck it is. That's weird. That's kind of weird. Salute to everybody in the building. We got 183 in the building right now. Hit that motherfucking like button for your boy, man. It is free. It is free. It is free. Take the link if you want to as well. It is also free. Hit that like button. Salute to Paul White. What's good, brother? So, I definitely agree that there needs to be some upping of a federal minimum wage. I just don't know how much, because you jump it 725 to 15 is basically more than double. You know what I'm saying? Slightly more than double. Like I said, people see that, they see more money. From a standpoint of that, I understand. You know what I'm saying? You want that bread. You deserve to, people should be deserve to be paid a living minimum wage. But I just don't see, especially in Georgia, is if it's 725 and it's going to 15, that means that there's businesses out here that are going to have to double the output, or double they're going to have to do double to make what they were once making. You know what I'm saying? If I'm paying if I'm paying two people 720, let's just say $7, right? $14 an hour, and then I get pushed to where I'm paying them 15. I went from paying these motherfuckers 15 to 30. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like what I said before. I said 10 and 15. That was mine. We're talking about, we're going from, 15 to 30. Like, it's a on top. It's not, both of these two workers we were paying eventually, at first was $10 each. We're talking about a whole 15. So I don't know how this will affect, man, at the end of the day. Like, it's something I'm really curious about. At the same time, it was not passed by Congress. It wasn't passed by Congress, and by the Senate. So it's not happening, at least anytime soon. Until another time is brought back up. They're still fighting for it. I've seen Elizabeth Warren talking about it. There's plenty of articles about, talking about it. And let me see. Somebody just tweeted at me too. The $15 minimum wage sounds good until it puts millions of the very people it's supposed to help out of work. The government did a study. It showed that almost 3.5 million people will be on unemployment with the wage increase, plus all the small business it will kill. So this is Jay Senior on Twitter. Like I said, I don't know, is the link working, or y'all scared to pull up, man? Hey, IBA, we talked about this financial shit earlier. I don't know if you got time. Maybe you can chime in a little bit. If anybody wants to pull up and just tell me a little bit about their thoughts and opinions on this minimum wage, I'd love to hear it. Because I want to go into something else next on this live. I know my little screen just froze. Forgive me. I want to talk about this stimulus check shit as well. I want to talk about the stimulus situation as well. Now I'm on Clubhouse, easy, but I'm not like involved in it. I wanted to talk about the stimulus check part, and we can even talk about that and just leave this be the whole entire conversation. I feel the stimulus. We did get okay. Oh wait, Sushi Fresh is in the building, so let's pull Sushi in real quick. What's good?
Yeah,
what's good? What's good, brother? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man.
Good to see you. Hold on, let me try to get my camera to work. All right, yeah. What's your thoughts here, man?
So I live in Jersey, and I work retail. I've been doing retail for maybe like 7 years now.
Yeah.
When I started, I think minimum wage in Jersey went up to like 9, and then maybe 2 years later it went up to 10. I think it really depends on where you, like, what state you live in.
Yeah.
Now I can see like Atlanta, it might hurt a lot of businesses in Atlanta just because of the way the cost of living is. And, it may not be as busy in Georgia in general as it might be up north. You feel me? But so, like up here, the cost of living is so high, it's impossible to make it day to day for anything less than 15. Like there's no way you can live off of, let's say, so if I believe the minimum wage now in Jersey is like $10.
Okay.
Like, there's no way you can live off of $10 an hour unless you live in a fucking one room apartment.
Well, I'll put it this way, like, it is to the point now, though. Like, Atlanta is getting up there. I think Atlanta will. This is not me just tooting the horn of where I live, but Atlanta right now is going up, and a lot of other cities are going down. And as far as what I'm saying, like I'm from LA. I love LA to the bottom of my heart. But what I mean by going down is not me. It's like LA is still living off of the Hollywood era.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the shit that was going on there. Miami's still living off the Vice City life. You know what I'm saying? When you go to these places you go down Hollywood, it's crazy shit. It's not clean no more. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. You know, Miami is like we went and stayed down on Ocean Drive. Fucking the fucking hotel was like built in like 1980, and it smelled like it was in 1960. Like it smelled like some shit that like Tony Montana was cooking out of or something. You know what I'm saying? New York is not as bad, but I mean, New York is constantly never going to be finished. Like it's constantly some shit getting built.
Yeah, it's always something moving.
So with Atlanta is like you see a city that's like on the rise. You see that we're building more studios for films. We're getting more films out here. The music industry is booming out here. A lot of things are building up. We do have that down. We do have like the city of Atlanta, like it be ratchet. Lenox Mall motherfuckers getting shot. It's getting overcrowded because of a lot of people moving out here, but it's going up. So I do feel like over time, shit will be very similar. I don't know if it'll ever be the same as LA and New York. Those are just too the impact is just too strong for it to be ever like need to see it that way. But I get what you're saying because Jersey is like the little brother of New York. Like,
right.
Like when I went to New York, I was on top of a building and I looked over and it was like, that's Jersey. I was like, oh shit. Like literally, I can swim over there. Like there's people that live in Jersey that work in New York. There's people that live in New York and work in Jersey. Like it's not even a state difference to y'all. It's pretty much the same shit.
Yeah, it's really not. It's really just like me going to the next town over.
Yeah, basically, it's more like a city than a state thing for you.
There you go.
So,
you're right.
So I get that point. Now,
but even like a small I don't know Georgia that well, but like a smaller like city in Georgia, they wouldn't be able to maintain a $15 minimum because business might not be as frequent as someplace in Atlanta. You feel me? Like you think of let's say like a pharmacy. Like you might have a small town. Matter of fact, I can even say up here in Jersey, like there might be a small mom and pop pharmacy here that couldn't withstand paying one employee maybe one employee 15. But if you got 3 people on staff, you can't pay all of them 15 an hour. You feel me? You might have to do something maybe like a 12, or it just have to be like a competitive rate or some shit like that. But it's 15 across the board, and on top of your managers, like it will be hard to stay in business.
So Sushi, and I'm not trying to go deep into your pockets, but if 15 was done, would you be getting government now at this point? Like, do you think that would happen?
Now with that, I believe if they made $15 an hour the bare minimum, like the base minimum, I don't think if I had government assistance and then my job was like, all right, everybody's getting paid 15, I think they'll cut my assistance because I'm making more money than I should be. You know what I mean? Like up here, in order to have assistance, you basically have to be making nothing. I have to be making like maybe $10,000 a year, and I have like 10 kids or some shit like that in order for me to get assistance. Like if it's gonna have to be a this or that situation.
Hey,
you know
Dre,
I mean?
Dre, I don't know if you want to hop in, Dre, because I think you from Jersey as well, right? You gonna pull up? He's, my man Sushi from hit the link. Because it's very similar in Atlanta and Georgia like that too, where basically there's no gray area. It's a bam and a bam. There's no in between. You got to be fucking poor as fuck. Sorry to say it that way, but you got to be just fucked up. If you ain't, there's no middle ground. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I remember like I said, when I came back from college, I didn't have no money. I really had nothing, but I was still living with my mom, and my brother was able to get it, but he had to say he was homeless.
Yeah, basically.
You got to tell me
how you got to do it.
You got to say you're homeless. Like that's how fucked up it is. And like, I wasn't trying to say I was homeless because then no. But I was in a situation where I was trying to get my own shit and not rely on them. But it's like, it's just so hard. Like you got to be fucked up, basically.
Yeah. You really, and I had a coworker years ago when I was working in the food store. She had like it was like 2-floor apartment, 3 bedrooms, and she was I think her rent was maybe like $75. Whereas me, I had to pay for that same thing. I would have had to pay like $1,600 a month. You feel me? But because she got at least like 4 or 5 kids, she's single. You know what I mean? She had more mouths to feed than I do. So therefore, because she has more, I guess, more kids, she can pay a smaller fee. Whereas if it's just me, I gotta pay out the ass.
Yeah. And that's kind of why, Sushi, that's why with me growing up, dealing with that shit, not getting that assistance, and then slowly starting to get my ground on YouTube and getting some money in my pocket, I did have that in my head where it was like, I wish people don't have to go. I hope people don't have to go through what I have to go through. But then sitting and thinking later on, more recently, like, shit, if we give people too much, then will they ever learn how to get? Would you rather someone be given the opportunity to not go what you go through and then probably be able to just sit in that area, or would you want someone to face that, like face what I've been, and be able to get out of it?
See, the fucked up part is like people take advantage of that assistance.
Exactly.
You feel me? And it kind of make it hard for the people who actually will benefit from it to get it. So therefore, you're kind of not, I don't want to say living in squalor, but you have to live way below your means in order to keep up, in a sense, keep up with the Joneses, because you doing the same shit, but because they getting over, they lying to the government and doing all of these things to try to get around the system. Yeah, they getting everything that they want, whereas you really working your ass off just to get a little bit.
Nah, it's definitely. I've known people who try to keep their money at a certain. They don't want to make more because they don't want to lose that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know how that makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like, I had that whole thought, like, man, I ain't gonna switch up now because I got some money. I ain't gonna switch up and be like, people don't deserve to get help. Because I used to say that. I'm like, I said that before on Zaya's stream. I was like, I ain't gonna switch up now that I got money and say people don't need to get help. I wish I would have had that help growing up when I was 18. But then Zaya told me, and I've had other people tell me, like, well, don't you think that you not getting that help and you having to deal with that help make you a better person today? And I was like, yeah. So it's like, so if you were given that, would you have probably worked as hard as you did, or would you have felt that same pressure? So I'm like, damn, does it need to be where people need to feel something, or does it need to be where some people need to be handed something? And it's like, that's a hard toss up, because some people will actually take that pressure and apply it to motivation. Some people will take advantage of what's given to them and not do shit with it either. So it's kind of hard to figure that out. What's good, Soul?
Yo, what's going on?
Good, man.
What's going on with y'all? So I think about this is, if we raise minimum wage to $15 an hour, I think it's just going to raise the poverty line, and it's going to raise our expenses. Because I mean, you think about it, if we're paying, say for instance, like in Atlanta, you pay $1,000 a month for an apartment, right? And somebody's making like, say, $17 an hour. If we raise minimum wage to $15 an hour, that means that apartment that used to be $1,000 is probably going to now be $1,500, which is going to keep those people still out of it.
Yeah.
But that happens regardless. Like every year, rent go up.
But the thing is, but think about
this. But the cost of living is extremely going to go up now.
This is the part that's crazy to me, though. Okay. Let's just say that we got in Atlanta, or we could put this in anywhere, Jersey too. I'm making up numbers here, though. Say we got 1 million people that's getting that government assistance, right? Once you increase it to 15, them same people are still gonna be there, but you're now adding the other people now that were getting, say right now it's $7. They put it up to 15. That means that you're bringing people that $7, $8, $9, $10, $11, $12, $13, all those people all the way up to 15, including the people that were probably getting paid 15 or $15.50. All those people are now going to be a part of that poverty line or that government assistance. I'm confused. I'm confused, or trying to figure out how would the government be able to even compensate for all that, because they're going to be adding people to the plate now.
I think what they're going to do, I mean, like if you raise, so $7.25 an hour minimum wage is basically for general labor. So if you look at it, people who can do a task, like put stuff on the shelf or retail, or just simple activities. But the more the job description entails, like if you're an engineer or something like that, or if you do a call center work and you work in an office, the pay goes up. Now, if you increase that money for general labor to $15 an hour, that means that those skilled workers got to get paid even more.
Yeah,
very true.
So let me read this. Don't know it. It's kind of harsh, but it's something.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
They don't deserve it.
Good, it wasn't passed. They don't deserve 15 an hour. Fuck you want $15 an hour for? For flipping burgers or working retail. Step your game up and leave those jobs to high school kids. Fuck out of here.
All right.
Ooh, that pussy popping on that.
That's not a fair assessment because
No, I feel you.
some people it's not really like, oh, you just flipping burgers. Like, nah, that's still a fucking job. Like, granted, I don't flip burgers, but it's still a job at the end of the day. You want to get paid to do your job. And then on top of that, I'm working, and then my landlord or whoever is telling me that next month you got to give me an extra $200. It's like, well, damn, like I got to find another job that's paying me more money to pay for this. Like, why can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's deeper than that. Like,
I agree with the comment because, like 10 years ago, I think Tony was saying like that, he was getting paid $5.50, and then the minimum wage was increased to like $7.50, right? And now everyone's asking for $15. So we're saying 10 years from now, it's going to be $25. So essentially increasing the minimum wage didn't fix the problem, right? It's like putting a Band-Aid on something that needs surgery. The system, number one, is broken. And number two, we need to be more educated, especially us minorities. We need to be more educated in how to make money. Why do I want to fucking work for someone for the rest of my fucking life for $15? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Be a businessman. Think about ownership.
But not everybody want to do that.
So you just want to work for the rest of your life?
But everybody can't have a business.
Like that's.
But that's not. But that's not my point, right? Like owning something, be it a stock. You could buy like people. We're buying sneakers for like $150. If you invest in an Apple stock for $120 and put 10% of your paycheck over a year and save up to $1,000. That Apple stock turned into like $5,000 over a 5-year period, guaranteed. Everybody fucking uses an Apple, right? So we need to think about, being some sort of entrepreneur, not necessarily owning a business, but how can we make our money turn into a prostitute? How can we make money for us? As opposed to always working for people.
That sounds good, but while you're in the process of being an entrepreneur, you still got to fucking work.
Hey, Keno.
You still got to make your money some kind of way. And $750 is not going to help me become an entrepreneur because all of that money is going to be put into paying bills and shit. And now it's either I don't have lights and I'm saving up to own something, or I'm making sure that I can still live just the bare minimum. You feel me?
And we got the man.
I hear what you're saying, but I respectfully disagree.
We got the man Keno in the back. Keno, I'm gonna get you in, bro. We can't get no more than 6, but we gonna get you in.
Yeah, I just wanted to stop in and say how it goes in California.
What's good, Tree? What's going on with you, Tree?
What's going on? Salute to everybody. You know what I'm saying? First time in your chat, Tony.
I appreciate it.
Real big fan.
Appreciate it.
Literally. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. Why you call yourself Tree though?
Because I'm 6'8", and then just like a tree, I have the ability to throw shade at a situation whether you like it or not.
Okay. I feel you. Because I heard about something out there called treetops. I didn't know if you would.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Like how I got the name.
Mm-hmm.
I moved on a block, and it was this guy walking around 6'4" who had the name Tree, and everybody around the block was like, "We should call you Tree." And it stuck. So
all right, for sure. What's good with New York? Or what's good with Cali? I mean, I was born in LA, man. So that's my birth.
One of the main reasons why I fuck with you, Tony. Real shit.
Appreciate it, man.
You know what I mean? Like I was saying, California took it upon themselves. The voters did to do it on a gradual pace. You understand? If I'm not mistaken, within the next 2 years to 3 years, we'll be at $15 an hour. So I know for a fact that it depends on the state, but what y'all mainly forgetting is the cost of living, where like unfortunately where like we gonna take the poverty with us. Like you talking about the county and all that shit. They're gonna raise that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. They're gonna raise everything. You know what I'm saying? Just because the cost of living goes up, everything's gonna go up. So at the end of the day, it's just gonna stay the same if you ask me.
And it goes back to what I was saying about, did it really change anything by increasing the minimum wage, right? Exactly. Did it really change anything? Exactly.
Well, I would love to do some research myself and find out when it happened in 2009, did the prices of living go faster or did it maintain the same pace? Because we would know then if we increase that to that price that we need to expect. Like, does it make the people that are selling stuff or the people that have businesses, does it make them want to up their prices faster now? You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to know that ahead of time because motherfuckers think that money's coming in, and then as soon as that shit comes up, the next thing you know, their hours are being cut or whatever the fuck's gonna happen. I can't really remember. 09 is when it happened. I was graduating high school, so I was thinking about fucking pussy in college at that time, so I can't even tell you what the hell's going on.
Well, I think
I
it's
just wanted
like
to jump in. I'm gonna go ahead and let Keno get in. Keno, I'll let you get in, man. Let you mess with some of them bots, bro. I'm trying to get down, bro.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Keno got to say. He finna
I'm gonna let Keno get in, man.
He about to tell me
appreciate you, Tony. I really fuck with you.
I appreciate it too, Tree, man. Come through anytime you want, man. My house is your house.
Heard you.
All right.
Heard you.
Peace. All right, Tree. Keno, what's up, man?
How
white am I today, man?
No, you're not being white. You actually, there's something, sensible and knowledgeable to the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But getting on your topic about $15, no, it shouldn't have passed. Okay, because again,
so we agree on something finally. All right. Well, I somewhat agree with.
Those jobs, right, that require a $15 an hour minimum are normally low skill jobs. Right, which means that you're either flipping burgers or you're in retail or you're doing something minimum skills, right? So if that person is basically bitching, oh, I need $15 an hour, no, it's not about the hourly rate. It's about you doing something with yourself to excel yourself. Okay, I can say for me personally, right? I'm a black man here in Chicago. I'm an engineer by trade. Okay, I have my own consulting company. The tax rate that I pay. I won't say my exact tax rate, but it's a high tax rate.
It's fucking high, yeah.
And so when it comes to the old age of, hey, I need more money, no. What are you doing? What are you doing with yourself, right? You are a willing, able-bodied adult. Move on. Excel yourself. You know what I'm saying? Educate yourself. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Learn a trade. Get in a trade school. Like, come on, man. Nothing stopped me from doing that.
Exactly.
So again, at some point, the individual needs to take ownership and say, look, you know what? Yeah, my life, I haven't done shit with my life, whatever your history was, okay? But at some point, you have to say, look, I haven't done nothing with myself to this point. Let me do something to excel myself.
Yep.
Until you do that, you'll continue to be in the whole, oh, I need more money. Giving you more money, what are you going to do with it? You're going to blow it. You're going to blow it quicker.
To me, it's personal.
And that goes on to what I was about to say, because I kind of disagree with you and Tony. If the minimum wage do go up to 15, everybody forgetting one thing: people are going to spend money. If you getting more money, you got more money to spend. So that money is going right back into the government. That's the same thing with the stimulus. People are asking for these stimulus because ain't nobody spending no money right now because they trying to save the little coins they got. But if you drop that bread on them, then the economy goes up because everybody's spending money now. Everybody's paying off shit. Everybody is buying shit that they want.
They're not gonna pay shit off.
But even if they blow the money, even if they go to
I definitely paid off my student loans with my stimulus.
So Dre, peep this. Let me break it down from you two perspectives. One is it's a trap. Really, what that is a catalyst. It's a flame to light the spending. But really, what's happening is people are running in place. You get $10 an hour, you go to 15, so you get a $5 increase, right? My sample shit went from $8 to now a $5 increase. I have to pay people more. So you're still spending the same amount of money. It's the same money that you're spending. You're getting paid $5 more. I'm charging you $5 more. So it gets balanced out. So really what you think is going on is not really going on. You're getting paid more, but you're spending more on milk. You're getting paid more, but you're spending more on water. You're getting paid more, but you're spending more on clothes. Because
those are the type of companies that's going to probably get a little bit richer, and they could probably up their prices a little bit as people buying those products. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, you have that on the side and then start one of those type of businesses. So now you're eating inside that industry of an essential thing that people need. You know what I'm saying? My job that I work at, we never close down. I wanted us to close down, but I realized like, oh shit, we really are essential and shit like that. So it's like people is buying shit, you know what I'm saying, from my job, and now I'm able to still work or whatever like that. So it's like it's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't thing, I guess you could say, because even like if Keno said people are going to waste their money, what are they going to waste it on? Even if they buy Black and Miles, Black and Milds gonna go skyrocket. Even if they buy Louis Vuitton, Louis gonna be eating. You know what I'm saying? They'll be able to afford to pay their people more money. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's what type of business you have, and you might have to just want to lean into dipping into that pot too. I guess I don't know, but that's like thinking like a business owner.
It's a slippery slope.
So let me throw this in here. I'm gonna throw this wrench in here, and then y'all can go. We can take it off to this one because it's kind of very. What Dre just said is my next topic on the second half, but it's still tied into the first topic, and that is: are we spending our stimulus money the right way? Are we spending that money? Do us as minorities? When I mean minorities, I mean black, but I mean Hispanic and everyone else. Do we spend money correctly at the end of the day? Because we're talking about this more money, but are we actually spending that shit on the correct things? Because you see motherfuckers get money, and then I'm not saying you can't buy a pair of shoes, but you know, at the same time, like ZZ said earlier, and I seen this tweet, if you would have put $600 into Bitcoin or some crypto when you first got your first stimulus check, I think that shit would have went like fucking Ethereum. It went up to like $1,200 or some shit. It would have doubled or tripled. So do we think the right way to even have that shit actually do what it's supposed to do? Like, it's like, I feel like at the end of the day, this shit's kind of like it's a trick. Like, it's just to go right back into their pockets at the end of the day, rather than us actually doing something more positive with it. So
yeah, we don't spend our money correctly. We don't, because if you think about it, just the stimulus check is just like tax money. So in February, March, everybody goes and buys new cars, new TVs, new clothes, all that stuff, instead of putting it towards like their kids' college fund or investing their money or doing something or starting a business or something like that. We go and buy a lot of things that are superficial, buy shoes, clothes, everything. So we haven't learned to actually put our money to good work or let our money work for us instead of us work for our money. So
education.
Yeah,
that's facts.
We don't know. We don't get educated on stocks and bonds and and all these things. We don't get educated on that. They don't teach us that in school. Our parents don't know about it. So how can we know about it? Easily. Only if somebody tells us, or if we go online.
Hold on, man. This is going back to the excuses, right?
I agree with Keith. I know what he's about to say. Go ahead.
Oh, well, we weren't educated on this. What's stopping you from learning it?
Google.
Okay,
well, I'm not saying
learning. As a person,
I'm not saying that because I learned myself.
And every time that people, my stimulus, this, that, fuck that. I didn't get no goddamn stimulus.
Facts.
I wish I would have got fucking free money.
I didn't get a stimulus either. Yeah, I wish.
Actually, at the end of every fucking year, what I pay. Even throughout the year, they take fucking taxes throughout the year, and I pay taxes. At the end of the fucking year, I still fucking pay a shit ton of money in taxes. Okay, so the concept of saying, "Oh well, we wasn't taught this, we wasn't taught that." Come on, man. That's old, man. That's old as fuck. There's nothing stopping you. I
agree. Now today, in today's society, yes, we have internet and everything, but I'm explaining like our parents. My dad is over 50 years old. My dad.
Okay, but we're talking here and now. We're talking here and now. Right, so he brought the example of if you're taking the whatever how much the stimulus money was, or whatever it was, right? If you're taking that money and put that into something, and to allow that to grow, you'll be a lot better off, right? That's what we're talking about here and now. We're not talking about when the parents are coming up and shit like that. No, we're talking about now. So you going back and saying, "Oh, we didn't know."
Well, somebody has to enlighten you, though. Somebody has to enlighten you.
No, I disagree, brother. I disagree with that. But you still have to be enlightened about it. You still have to be presented it too. So if I'm coming from somewhere where I never knew about the stock market, how am I supposed to learn how to invest if I didn't even know it existed?
What do you mean?
TV, bro.
What do you mean? You have the most powerful. Listen, man.
Do we talk about this in reality shows and stuff like that?
What you're talking on right now allows you to have the most power that any human being has had in their hand up until this point. You have a freaking phone that allows you to do any and every single thing, right? So you constantly saying, "Oh, we didn't know this, we didn't know that." Come on, man, stop it.
It's definitely kind of fucked up to say it in a way. But it's the truth. What Kino is saying, basically, we have the answers to life in this phone, and everybody should know that.
Yeah, we have it now.
Everybody should know that.
We have all the information. But if somebody's never been shown that, how are they supposed to learn it?
Well, they gotta go get that thing, bro.
But if you're an engineer, right? Kino, you're an engineer. If I'm a kid and I've never been exposed or didn't even know that you can be an engineer until somebody told me, then if nobody ever told me that it ever existed, how am I supposed to know? By finding it. I don't even know where
you
to
go to
start.
school.
I don't even
You
know
go
where
to
to
school
start.
for like 13, 14 years if you're counting all like every single grade. It's shit like that. Like if you don't learn that while you were in school, bro, then you wasn't keeping yourself focused. And I've been to.
You don't learn about different jobs in
Yeah,
school.
nobody
You learn
taught me
about
about none of
information.
that shit when I was in school.
They don't tell you that.
All right,
They
let me
don't
give
tell
you a real
they don't
life
tell you.
example. Let me give you a real life example, right? I work in the medical field and I fucking hate working for people, right? So about 5 years ago, I was like, how the fuck am I gonna make money without being at work? So literally, I was scouring the internet, looking for ways to make money. I came upon real estate, right? So I started doing more research. I was like, shit, I could do this. Like if you could buy a house for 50K and, you know, have somebody paying you rent for like 700 every single month, you know, I could do this shit, right? So I raised the money, right, through my job and through through the stock market, right, and bought a house. And now a tenant's paying me money every single month, right? And I'm working on getting more. I knew nothing about real estate. I literally went straight to the internet and got all YouTube University and got all the information.
Let's put it this way.
I'm not even the smartest person, bro. I swear to you, if I could do it, any person in this chat or any person right here in this conversation could do that shit.
And let's
all by myself, solo,
and
solo dolo.
Let's put it this way, right? Because like kind of so like the stuff you're saying, it kind of makes me think that like we need growing up as kids, we need those people that are above us to tell us. But everyone on this panel didn't find my channel from their parents. So the information you learned today, you didn't find that from your parents. You found that from just being on the internet. Any information you find elsewhere, parents didn't tell him about that. He found that shit on his own. So we're in that age where we can't sit and say like we didn't get taught this or because our parents didn't even know about this shit. Like
the power is in our hands.
Yeah,
like I can't. My
right
parents
now,
didn't know nothing about this shit.
So in tune, bro. I'm telling you right now. Just do your information. Like right, if you don't know it right now, you've just found it. Go online. Go look into real estate, look into stocks, bruh. Just teach yourself. You could, if I could do it, you could do it. Trust me. You just found it today.
The shit that's on the internet now is the shit that be in the college books that they charge you $500 for when it comes time to get your classes. This shit's free.
All of that shit is obsolete at this point.
Yeah,
you can find out everything you need to know on the internet.
Yeah.
And additionally, right? Look at it like this, right? If your circle of friends are at the same level that you're at, and they do the same exact thing that
you're
you
already
do,
taking the L. You're already
and
taking
this
the L.
all that they, you know, I mean, if literally you and your circle of friends are basically carbon copies of each other,
that's an L.
that means that you need to actually step outside of that circle. And find a different circle of friends that can motivate you and you can learn something from. Okay, so until people really take responsibility for themselves
and accountability,
once you hit the age of accountability, what you're going through, you have no one to blame but yourself.
And it's never too late to start over.
Correct.
I'm gonna tell you this. I had no clue that if you talk to the person who I was at this very moment, this time last year, I would never think that I would have a fucking YouTube channel or a microphone or know how to edit a video quality. I didn't know none of that shit.
Yeah.
I started looking around and saying, I'm like, damn, let me learn this shit for free. YouTube, bro. I YouTube every fucking thing.
Exactly.
Everything, bro.
How do you think I felt, right? And it's not like, I know some people might look at this job and don't even want to call this what I do a job, right? And that's fine. But just think of it this way. How do you think I felt? Because I've been doing this shit since I've been like 21, 22. How do you think I felt when I was asking my grandfather and my mom like what to do next? And they don't know this shit. They don't know this. They don't know what I'm doing. They can't give me no fucking advice of what to do because this is some totally new shit.
This is new shit,
it's
bro.
Like, hey mom, what should I do? How do I do my taxes? My grandfather who passed away, God bless him, but he didn't know how to help me on none of this shit. The taxes and none of it, because it's not something he knew about. So there's no excuses about being taught things. Like I had to learn this stuff the new way, the adaptation of this internet life and everything about it. But like I said, my mom don't even know how to fuck this. My mom does not understand what's going on. They don't understand. They can't. It doesn't make sense.
Some people is raised by their grandma, Tony. So you mean to tell me their grandma's supposed to be telling them? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Their grandma be like 70 years old.
At the end of the day, if you got a grandma, grandparent, and you was one of them people that blew up off Bitcoin, they're gonna think you selling drugs, bro. Because they're not gonna understand it. You can become a millionaire, 100,000 overnight. They're not understanding it. They don't know that this Pokemon, whatever the fuck, they're not understanding it. So yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah,
get
I just want us black people to be successful. I just want us minorities to be successful and take it into our own fucking hands. I don't want to be depending on somebody else to pay me. Hey, boss, feed me. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's take shit into our own hands. Let's be, prideful about like doing things on our own and making cash on our own. You know what I'm saying?
That's good in the utopian society, man. But you have to also look at it like this, right? We need in life, right? There's levels in everything, right?
I'm gonna bring someone else in real quick, all right? Soul in Tune.
Yo, I'm gonna head out too. So I appreciate all y'all, man.
All right,
I appreciate you.
Sushi, I might be live tonight on Twitch if you want to pull up, man.
Yeah, I'm there.
All right, brother. Dub. I think Dub, my man, who was my man? Dub B or somebody was in the chat that was like they were in the background and they hopped out. Quick question though for you, Kino. You heard maybe a little bit my story about my thoughts of when I was younger and shit. I didn't have no fucking health care. I was broke as fucking college and I couldn't get like this free regular medical. I couldn't get a physical and none of that shit, right? And when I started getting money and I wanted free healthcare for all. I wanted all these things, right? And then Zaya told me, and other friends told me, like, bro, you shouldn't feel bad for the people that don't got it because they didn't, when you didn't have it, that's what made you work harder to actually get it. How's your standpoint on that?
That's absolutely right, man. Because look at it like this, right? There's natural trial and tribulations that you need to go through in life to become the person that you are. You're either going to stand up 10 toes down or you're going to fucking fold, point blank, right? You have those that hit those adversities, and what happened? They fucking fold, right? Yeah. You have those that hit those adversities and they rise to the occasion. Those people that rise to the occasion are the people that would be considered like, the second tier leaders. Because again, life is about structure. It's about levels. We need people that fucking flip burgers. Because hell, I like to go to McDonald's and say, "Hey, give me a freaking Big Mac, whatever the case may be." We need those people, right? Yeah. At the same time, those people, and I don't want to say those people because then it'll be another thing. But at the same time, that environment needs to understand that there's nothing stopping you in this world from excelling and propelling yourself, point blank.
Well, the worst thing of it all, and I hate to say this myself, I really hate, but we got to call facts. In reality, there has to be somebody who's willing to do that job.
True.
There has to be like everybody can't win in this world. Unfortunately, there can't be chiefs without Indians. Like there has to be that.
I agree with that statement, Tony. But why does it have to be a majority Black people? Why does it have to be a majority Mexican people? Right? Why can't we have community where it's like Black people are known for being doctors, or Black people are known for owning real estate or businesses, like the Jews. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree with that. I
want to flip that.
It's a mentality. It's a mentality, man. Seriously, it's a mentality. The mentality is this. Look, those people that go to school, get educated, they're nerds. Not realizing that hell, the nerds are going to eventually employ you.
Rule the world.
Yes, not just that. Those nerds are going to be the ones that allow you to enjoy life, whether it be you pick up your phone, open up an app, or people don't realize that. They don't.
Yeah.
Let me get some of these donos in. Callie, good to see you, brother. It's been a minute. Callie, mute it in the back for me. I'm mute you, Callie, real quick. You got the shit playing in the back. Let me run some of these donos, man. We got backed up like a motherfucker. Salute to Wooski 100 for the 199. Salute to Wooski 100 for that 199 right there. That's who it was. Dot B, man. Dot B, if you want to come pop back up, I got you spot, man. Dot B sent over donation.
That pussy popping on a handstand.
Not only that, but us that have a trade, we stay the same instead of going up, and most definitely we should get raise as well.
And that's what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about exactly. If you got a very specific skill that's getting you that 15, and then somebody at McDonald's getting now the 15, like that's gonna cause ruckus with that. Like motherfuckers gonna go on strike and all sorts of shit. Like I feel you on that.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
No. People use this stimulus on shoes.
Okay.
And some shoe tubers lure these young kids to do it.
Okay, so I believe with one half of that the stimulus definitely on shoes.
Ooh, pussy.
Now as far as shoe tubers, the kids ain't getting the stimulus checks. So I don't know how the fuck we're luring them stimulus checks from them kids when they not getting the stimulus check. Now if you want to say I'm luring or making the motherfucker who getting a stimulus check want to buy some shoes, I'll take that, but I ain't trying to do it on purpose. But ain't no kids involved because I don't think no kids getting no stimulus check, man.
I mean, they're getting it
that
indirectly
pussy
if it's a family of 5,
Yeah.
75K per year or some shit, but they're not getting it. Like their parents probably aren't giving it to them.
Yeah, now if they daddy buying them the shoes because Tony D did the video and the kid wanted, like, hey man, the daddy, you gotta talk to the dad about that, not me. Shit. Hold on, I'm trying to skip these motherfuckers. Let me see. Okay, we got Lewis fam in the building. These should be delayed and shit. Hold on. Lewis fam for the $4.99 said people need to.
Ooh,
on,
that pussy popping on a handstand.
We're thinking on a personal level. We're not thinking about everyone. The less fortunate, felons, and the poor. I think we have to stop thinking from personal experiences when talking about these subjects. This subject is about what's better for everyone.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
We'll get to that one.
People need those stimulus check. Minimum wage means nothing when you can't go to work. Why would you invest money you need for your rent?
Well, $600 ain't doing.
This is the mentality that I don't like.
Yeah, $600 is not gonna do a dent for me on that part. But hold on.
Ooh, that
I'm gonna
pussy
we're gonna get to all these questions. We're gonna get to all these motherfucking questions.
It can be raised, but as an employer, you have to be strategic on how you schedule your staff. You can disagree if you want, but I have done it.
Salute some motherfucking more dollars.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
I want to answer all these motherfuckers.
It can be raised, but as an employer, you have to be strategic.
We're gonna break it down from the beginning. All right, salute to Dirty for the $1.99. Appreciate that as well.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
Hold on, here we go.
I was making $60K a year and going broke. Broke is a mindset. Use the stock market as a savings. I've learned from my mistakes.
Unfortunately, the stock market right now is like fucking
that
shit.
Pussy popping on a handstand.
But, we'll get into it. So let me go ahead and.
Great conversation. Salute.
I appreciate that, Dirty. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go ahead and get some of these questions real quick because I do feel like we could kind of definitely get into some of this. Like he said that we're thinking on a personal level. We're not thinking about everyone, the less fortunate, felons, and the poor. I think we have to stop thinking from personal experiences when talking about these subjects. This subject is about what's better for everyone. But we're talking about what's better for everyone. We're talking about the people that actually have the skills that are now going to be getting paid the same amount as the people that are getting the burgers. I think that we're talking about everybody as a whole. I don't think that we're singling in there anybody out. Kylie, I don't know if you want to. I just unmuted you. I don't know what's going on with you, man.
Oh yeah. I was just trying to answer your question. I'm not trying to really stay too long. I just wanted to kind of chime in right quick.
All right.
But, in terms of the whole $15 an hour thing, I don't like y'all were saying. It pretty much will be kind of like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because like y'all said, if $15 an hour is initiated, then boom, everything goes up in price. But mainly that to me is really the issue in terms of kind of staying with the whole black people entrepreneurship thing. I think we need more black business. That's what we really need. For example, we need a black Walmart. We need a black Louis. We need a black, we need these more black places to where we as people can spend our money. I think our dollar value is like $1 trillion. The black dollar, I think, is like $1 trillion value. Mm-hmm. So imagine if we were spending that money towards ourselves. Think about it, we would have more businesses. There'll be more successful black people. We would see more of us out here. You feel me? So I just think it really needs to come down to us being more entrepreneur style. Like y'all were saying, we need to have more ownership mentality. Yeah, because that we'll be able to spend within ourselves and expand within ourselves and become,
But a lot of times, Kali, let me just say real quick, right? A lot of times, right, when it comes to black folks, it's talking about more black businesses, right? You always have the brother, say there's a black business, brick and mortar store, right? You're going to have the brother to come inside the fucking store and say, oh, let me get this. Oh, brother, can you hook me up with a discount? What the fuck?
It
No,
don't work
come
like
on.
that.
You're saying it doesn't work like that. It happens like that.
It don't. But
Yep.
Walmart's not
You
doing
said
with
don't.
employees.
It happens like that.
No,
That's true.
We're
that's
talking
more,
reality,
that's
man.
more on an individual basis. It's not in general. It's not a general thing.
What are you talking
That
about?
happens. That's very common.
What are you talking
Kelly.
about?
I'll probably agree with Kino because with any sort of business that I've ever started, or even my real estate, right? Like you have all my partners coming, hey, let me get a discount on rent. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a very commonplace thing that I've observed personally, and it seems like it happens with other my other friends that have businesses or have real estate, where it's like people of the same color or ethnicities coming at them, asking them for a discount or a handout.
Callie,
Life doesn't work that way.
Let me break something. Let me break something very simple down to you. This is very simple, and I think I stand by this one. As black buyers, we have to show respect to the black seller, and what I mean by that is, think if you have a black jeweler and you have an Indian jeweler, or what, Indian, Pakistan, whatever. You know, when you get that, you see those rappers come like, yeah, man, you know I'm fucking with Avion, whatever, some name, and it's like they kind of base like the quality of the diamonds based upon the race who's selling it. Like, you know, it's coming good if it's coming from him, or like, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying, like people will base shit upon that. Like, oh, I got that Gucci. Where's it from? Oh, it's from France. So, oh, it must be crazy because I don't know if Gucci's from France. It's from Paris. It's from Italy. One of them. But the thing is, we attach these high quality things based upon the race of that person. And when you think of a black owner of anything, you tend to think that it's not as good of a quality. Like, oh, he must be trying to cheat me out or scam me or get. It's not as good as the quality. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know it's right because it's a white person that did it. Yeah, exactly. So think about how many times you've seen someone do that. Like, man, you know, like I said, yo, man, he's an Arab, man. You know the Arabs do that shit, like whatever it is. There's something that it's always like some type of stereotype with that type of business.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Kino, you agree with me on that?
Yeah, actually I do. I agree with you.
I'm trying to figure out a real good thing, but like I said, I know a lot of Indians that do gold and shit, so they want that. Like, you know, I got it done by or Johnny Dang or some shit like that. You know, like, yeah, you know Johnny Dang get it right, like you know it's right. You know, them Asians.
Yeah, clothing lines is a good example. Clothing lines, things of that nature.
Yeah, like you don't never look at like, oh shit, he got that black owned clothing line and that shit's quality and that shit's A1 and it's, you know, it's never given that type of look. So I get what you're saying, but it's not more so. Are we going to say it's more so the black business owners need to step up, or the black business buyers need to give that sort of recognition? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we?
The consumers do.
Yeah,
the consumers need to step. Yeah. No, the consumers need to step up. So, for instance, with you, Tony, Pure, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you would have made Pure only available brick and mortar, I shit you not, every third or fourth person that came in there was like, hey, you know, can you look out for it, brother? You know, can you give me this? Come on, it happens. So, Collie, I know you want to look at it like there's some type of, oh, this is a small scenario. No, bro, it happens all day, every day.
Yeah,
this is true.
No, it's definitely. I mean, Kino, we get that problem with sample and shit already. Like, motherfuckers might have a problem or have a question, they'll hit us up. But if you got a problem or question with Supreme, you asking you go into the website, motherfuckers come directly towards us with the problems or whatever. If it's not even like, I don't mind sorting it, but I'm just saying, like, people tend to look at a lower level when it's like something that's made by black people. Like, it's like. It's what like you said, whether it's a lookout or, you know, it's just tons of shit like that they would never even question when it comes to the another brand by the majority. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Hey Tony.
Yeah. It's good, Trey. Why you saying nothing all day, man?
Future said it the best. You don't ask Louis Vuitton for them discounts. Why you gonna ask me for a discount?
Exactly, man. You been quiet this whole time. You got anything you want to get?
I've just been chiming in, just listening.
I feel you. Z, you was about to say something?
Yeah, so I would say, like, in regards to just piggybacking off what Callie says, I think it's imperative for the consumer to support their black business without giving discounts. For me personally, with my business, I'm more willing to help the community if I see that the community is supporting me, right? Like, it's a partnership, right? So if you're, you know, buying your groceries from my store, I'm more likely to be like, okay, every month we have this big discount going on. You know, everybody come in and get whatever you need, or just helping the poor people in the community. And that goes back to that comment that someone made about, oh, we're being selfish. We're just thinking about ourselves on a personal level. For me personally, I want everybody to be successful. And if you're struggling, I'm more inclined to help you if my business is thriving, because there are only so many discounts that I could give to the point where it's going to hinder or affect my business in a negative way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so my man Lewis though, the next one he was saying like people need those stimulus checks. Minimum wage means nothing when you can't go to work. So he also followed up saying, why would you invest money when you need it for rent? Let me be honest, Lewis. Like I said, this might be a personal thing, brother, but $600 is only for 1 month. That's not gonna. What about next month? What I don't think that that's gonna help you enough. Now they were talking about 600 monthly for your rent or some shit like that. Okay, but like $600, bro. Like I understand some people need it, and I'm all cool for that. But that's a very very temporary thing. Like the next month you're right back in the fuck shit. So you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like people, I mean, it all goes back to taking ownership, being able to take the initiative to educate yourself, right? Like,
Facts.
I mean, I live in Cali, right? 1,400 or 600 or whatever. I mean, I don't even get a shit, but that shit is not gonna help you. That shit is not gonna cover 1 month of rent or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. People just need to understand that, like, you can't depend on somebody to feed you. For me personally, that's just scary. Just depending on somebody else to feed you. Period.
Yeah.
Facts.
I think moving it. I'm gonna let you go, Dre. I'm gonna take a piss. I think right now, real talk, in 2021, bro. If you don't got a second hustle, you're just already taking the L. You have to be doing something else at this point, bro. Whether you selling motherfucking candy on the block, I don't know what. I mean, whatever, bro. Like 2021, bro. If you don't got a second hustle, you tripping. Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, and I was about to say to piggyback off the dude that said that we thinking on a personal level. I'm speaking on a personal level because I've been through the mud. You know what I'm saying? Like I've lived in the hood. I didn't like the shit that was going on. I decided that I needed to make some type of change. You know what I'm saying? I was with the fuck shit. I was partying around, not giving a fuck. At some point, my friends started leveling up, bro. My friends wasn't on the shit I was on. They was still fucking with me off of longevity and the type of relationship and bond we had. But you know what I'm saying? They started leveling up. Once I started seeing them leveling up, they kind of started distancing themselves from me because I wasn't on the level they was on, and I wasn't trying to make no change at that point. Man, I started making changes, started leveling up, started putting my head in some type of learning, some type of skills, some type of drill, landing a nice job, start grinding that bread off of that, going to school with that money that I made off that. Like it's all a grind, bro. Then I graduated, went here, got a better job. Like the mud, bro. The mud, you know what I'm saying? And it feels good, you know what I'm saying? It feels good where I'm at right now. So it's like everybody, you gotta want that shit, bro. Like you gotta really go and get that shit, because if not, you know what I'm saying, you just gonna be where you at and nothing's gonna change, bro. You gotta want that shit for yourself.
Facts.
Lewis, was good, Lewis? Salute to motherfucking Rob Money for the Cash App. Who did we lose? Who we just lose? We lost somebody.
Trey.
Trey. Okay, what's
I
good?
just kind of
What's good,
want to
Lewis?
expound on what I was saying. So basically,
wait, Lewis,
like,
wait, Lewis,
saying that they in
wait, can
Cali
Lewis hear
and all
me?
that, and they don't need the $600. But
can y'all hear me?
There are people that live in Georgia, Alabama,
he must be
places
behind
where
some
that
shit.
$600 actually would make a difference.
Yo,
and I understand that they was only getting that shit one time, but
all right, Kylie.
I understand they was only get that check.
Yo, Lewis, can you hear us, bro?
Thing. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, my bad. You were just talking. I was trying to say, but I didn't know who you. I just realized you're the one that donated. Let me say your donation so they can understand what you're talking about. Lewis donated earlier. We were just talking about it, but just make sure y'all know people need those stimulus checks. Minimum wage means nothing when you can't go to work. Why would you invest money when you need it for rent? Salute to everybody in the building. We got 269. Hit that motherfucking like button, man. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Lewis.
All right, so basically what I was saying was, like, I understand the personnel that's in this chat saying, hey, I live in this state and live in this state. I'm in the military. I moved from Hawaii to Washington, and I seen two different variations of people that live in two different spots. But I'm also from Alabama.
Washington, D.C. or Washington State? This one mentioned.
Washington State.
Okay.
But I also understand that there's there are people in different states that live off a certain amount.
Yeah.
So people that live in DC or live in California they used to paying $200, $2,000 for rent, that kind of shit. But where I'm from in Alabama, $600 is a mortgage. So $600 actually get you by for the next month, no matter if it's what you're doing. And everybody that's need these checks are not people that are not educated. My wife is a teacher; they got a master's, but the people that teaching our kids every day don't make nothing. They don't make shit. So the minimum wage for people that get raised for people at McDonald's and shit. But what about the people that are teaching people at these schools and the police officers? All these people that we're calling essential don't make shit.
So
Lewis, let me ask you this, Lewis, because you're saying that it's imperative that people get that $600 or whatever, correct?
Yeah.
So let's say after you get that $600, we're in March right now. What are you gonna do in April, right? What's the plan for April?
So check this shit out. So like, you know, all these different companies and stuff are putting these different programs and stuff in place for people to not have to pay their rent. For people to not have to pay for their cars, stuff like that, shit that you need to survive.
Yeah.
All right. So say for instance, you are a single parent and you work your job like, I don't know, a job that you got laid off from your job. You did everything you could to get that job. You got laid off from that job. That $600 can feed your family for the next 2-3 months until you find another job. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, I hear you on that, but there's only so far that $600 is gonna go. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
You're right.
Well, Lewis,
I think we're stuck on the fact of the dollar amount that people receive for stimulus checks, not the fact that people actually need the money. It should have been way more. That's why certain countries are paying their citizens monthly, not once. We just have a fucked up society and a fucked up government that decides.
Lewis. So the point, you know, just give me a second because I know what you're about to say.
And let me say
Lewis,
something afterwards.
The point that I'm trying to make, Lewis, is that proves the importance of not depending on your job, right? Because at any given moment, you could be fired, right? So you always need to, like Tony just said before he left, you always need to have a side hustle on side hustle on side hustle. Always. You can't depend on
just down light skin.
Hold on, Lewis. Let me say one thing real quick because I want to get this clear too.
Go ahead, big dog.
What we're saying, at least what I was saying when it came to the 600 part is what you said with the mortgage and all that. I'm with it, but what I mentioned earlier was that people were spending this. A lot of people are spending that 600 wrong. Think about how many people you see on social media. I can't wait to get that 600, but I'm about to goddamn. Once that 600 come in, they're not even talking about those type of things. Now, I'm not here to say like that the person that needed for their mortgage, the person that needed for rent, for fucking food. I'm well with it, but can I be 100 at least from the social media side? And social media people can be just on here just capping for attention. But I will say that I see a lot of people who will 1 minute be talking about how they need bread, and then they go and when they get the bread, they spend it on the most stupidest shit ever. We see that all the time. So that's why I say that I feel like we, do we really need it? Do you really need $600 if you spending that $600 on some stupid shit? That's just how I look at it. Now I
hear you.
So go ahead, Lewis. Go ahead.
It's a double-edged sword, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, though, Lewis.
I think it's a double-edged sword, man. Because for some people, like I get what you're saying, how people spend that money the wrong way. But hell, people got jobs and spend their money the wrong way too. So like the money factor is not the how much people are getting paid or how much they're giving is different. Like I said, when I started, I'm in the military. I don't get a choice of how much I get paid.
Hey, question: why did you join the military?
I joined the military because personally, because I had younger siblings that lived in the house with me, and I didn't want my mom, who had been working a job as a nurse, for her to have to spend all her money to help me go to school. So I did this shit on my own and made a way. I actually been in the military for 13 years. So
okay, so question.
It's worked for me.
Okay, so and because again, right, in terms of the military and black men in the military, right, there's certain reasons why black men join the military. So when you were in high school, because you joined directly out of high school, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Prior to joining the military, what was your outlook?
So my outlook on like I said on society was basically motherfuckers was going to school, people were going to school and getting jobs, or people were going to school and getting degrees and couldn't get jobs, or people were going to get.
Well, it depends what they got a degree in, though.
Yeah,
but you can't say that, right?
But you can though, bro. You can.
Nah,
Because how many
if
people?
if
How many
you if
people
you
get?
get a degree, if you get a degree in freaking art, science, or like sociology, come on, man, really, you expecting to get nothing? You know what I'm
So
saying?
basically, basically what I heard you and Z say, y'all
Yo,
basically make this shit sound.
can we
Y'all
just
make it
throw in
sound like
let
everybody
me
has
throw
the
in a
same.
let's throw in the joke though real quick. The Camaro. Somebody said that's the Camaro. Hey, but so look, Lewis, I want you to finish. My man Leo, he's also in the military, so I want to hear from his perspective as well. Because he's
Yeah.
But go ahead, Lewis,
Yeah.
continue, and then Leo, I want you to talk.
Yeah, but like I said, this me making that comment wasn't particular for me. It was more for people that like people that in your family and shit that, or in other families and stuff that so many people actually applied themselves and went to school and got jobs, but got laid off. Like what they supposed to do? What you supposed to do with that?
So, Keenan, are you trying to insinuate, and I don't say it in the bad way, I say the word insinuate, but are you going down the path that you think a lot of black people tend to take military as just a last resort?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have a
Hey,
friend.
You know what I'm saying?
you can say,
And then,
you can say what you want, but unless you go to the sandbox and get shot at and defend this damn country, to give you the freedom to do what the hell you
oh no,
doing
I
on
don't
the
have to do
internet right
that. You
now,
know why?
that's
No,
hard to
I
say,
know
bro.
my
That's
taxes
hard to
pay
say,
for
G.
you to be in the sandbox to get shot at. No, seriously. No, I'm not being facetious here.
Man,
My
that's crazy.
taxes pay for you to go in the sandbox and fight for me.
But in order for you to say that, you would have to say that we're not paying taxes too.
Oh, you're paying taxes, but your taxes ain't my taxes, man. What the fuck you talking about? Right? So when I brought up the concept of you having a choice, right?
What are you
Out of
talking
high
about, bro?
school.
We pay taxes to the same country. What are you
You're right.
saying?
Yeah, okay, you're right. Okay. But your choices out of high school were
Right,
either go to college, right?
right.
To look towards something, or you said, fuck it. I'm gonna go to the military. They can pay for
Nah,
my
that ain't necessarily true. Cause just like you got a degree, I got a degree too. This is what I'm saying. See, y'all,
okay.
you have to be very careful. I hear you on these lives all the time. You got to
Hmm.
be very careful how you talk to people and talk about people. Because the outlook that you have ain't the outlook that everybody else have.
You're
Some of
absolutely
us
right.
join the
That's why it's
military.
my
Some of us join the
outlook.
military. Some of us join the
I'll say
military.
this. I'll say this. Let me just go ahead, since this is my channel. Regardless of what you join the military for, I appreciate your service at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So
I
let me
appreciate your
Lewis,
service.
Lewis, I
Yes.
appreciate you
I
too.
do.
Yeah.
I
So
appreciate your service. 100%. I'm not saying nothing against the military. No, I appreciate your service, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there's a reason why you joined the military.
Yeah, man,
Seriously.
because I wanted to fight for this fucking country, not because it was a last resort.
Okay.
You got that's what I'm saying. Like some people join because they want to join.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
people join because they ain't got no choice.
Definitely. I have a friend that's looking to join because he's in a fucked up situation. I have a friends that wanted that. I have some people that want that position. They want that power. That shit drives them. That country. The Leo,
Yeah, man.
want to come in and hop in on this type of topic? Military.
Yo,
Why
get
you
on,
jump?
big dog.
Yeah, I can hop in, man.
Yeah.
All right, so for me, I'm not in the military anymore. Actually, Tony, I'm retired from the military.
But you're still doing the contracting though, right? Or you not even do that no more?
Yeah. I'm retired. I was a medical retiree, but
Okay.
I'm contracting. So I can give you perspectives of different sides of it. So with me, right, I came in, and I actually came from a different country too. I came from Germany. I'm a black man from Germany. So
yeah.
But when it goes to that whole situation, I will say that a lot of people do try to join the military. It's a last resort. A lot of them do.
Is this color based, or you feel like it's all? I feel like it's kind of all too.
No, it's all.
Yeah,
It's all.
Yeah.
And I'm experienced when it comes to being exposed to it. A lot of people and their backgrounds in the military, not only as being an NCO and being a leader of a lot of the soldiers, but also I was human resources. I still am human resources. So I come into contact with everybody. But one of the things I'll say is that a lot of people come in the military as a last resort. But I will tell you, for me, I learned at an early age, exposure leads to expansion. So they don't try to expose themselves to different things. They come in, they say, okay, I'm collecting a paycheck. They get their little $2,000-$3,000 a month, but they don't do anything with it. They feel like that's enough. They go out there, spend that money on shoes, go spend that money on a Camaro or a Mustang with high APR.
Yeah.
But what do they do to try to better themselves? Nothing. But at the same time, though, I will tell you that you do have a lot of soldiers that come in with degrees, and a lot of my officers, of course, you have to come in with a degree to be an officer. But a lot of them do it because of the fact they're trying to clear out student loans.
Yep.
So there's a lot of people in the military with actual degrees. Now, I did want to touch on something y'all was talking on a second ago.
Yeah, fine.
So he was talking about like going to different states and seeing the way that different people live and stuff. I'll tell you one of the things that I noticed though is that going into that whole buying from black businesses. Me, right now, I live in Korea. I lived in Korea here before for 5 years. I told you I'm from Germany, in the military and out of the military. I will tell you that when you go to
So
these
wait,
businesses,
so Leo, let me ask you a question, though, Leo, because you told me. So were you German military or were you U.S. military or like?
I was U.S. military.
You was what?
I was U.S. military.
Yeah. So you're born in Germany, but your dad was in the military too. I'm guessing, or what? Like.
Yeah. My parents
Okay.
were in the
Yeah,
military.
you're a military family at this point, pretty much. Like it's in the
Yeah, but I stayed in Germany while they went while they were still PCS and everything. My family's in Atlanta right now.
Okay.
So yeah, going back to that whole thing about how people are overseas and stuff, I would tell you Americans are the number one people that ask for discounts and handouts. You try to go into a store in Korea as a Korean, you ask for a discount, they're gonna turn you around. That ain't gonna fly. Same thing with Germans. One of the reasons why is because like I forget my man ZZ Topic, he was talking about, coming into a black shop asking for a discount and stuff like that. How can I make a profit if I'm always cutting my profits by giving you discounts? They don't do that stuff overseas. Americans are the number one culprits for that. Am I saying it's a bad thing? No, but at the same time, you trying to expose yourself to a different tax bracket and you trying to expand your actual empire, you can't. You can't. You got to stop giving out these handouts.
Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second, Leo. I just want to make sure.
Because
Vernisha?
my man ZZ
Whoa,
Yeah. What's up?
Can you mute that in the background for me? That YouTube in the background? Mute it. Now, not mute yourself. Mute the YouTube video. I want to make sure you're good. You there? Vernish. Yo.
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You there?
I'm on my people on their YouTube. I was just chiming in because I'm in the military too.
All right, my bad. Let me let Leo finish up and then you can rock out with it. Go ahead, Leo. My bad. Just making sure.
No, you good, man. I just woke up anyway, man. It's early in the morning over here, bro. So anyway, yeah, going back to that whole thing, what the man was talking about with the discounts with the businesses stuff, man. That happens mostly in the States, man. You don't see that stuff overseas. I mean, yeah, every now and then you go to like a little Asian store, what is the norm is that they'll give you something called free service. And Tony, you've been overseas, you've seen this, man. They'll give you something free service.
The closest thing to what a discount is to other countries is like a barter, basically. Trying to barter somebody, you know what I'm saying? And that's in like a free market. Like they want to sell something and you want to, try to get it for a better price. But you're not about to fucking go into someone's restaurant that has the prices and say, hey, can I get that for this amount? Like that, nah, fuck that.
Nah, that ain't happening, man. The only thing they'll tell you, hey, yeah, I give you this little cake for free. I give you a little small coffee or something like that, whatever.
And more likely, they already do that too. They finesse your ass. But yeah, we'll give you a cake for free, and you find out later on that shit was free anyway.
Yeah, but my biggest problem, like we was talking about with that whole thing, was with the military though. A lot of people go in the military, they try to use it as a scapegoat, think that the military paycheck's gonna get them somewhere. They ain't gonna get you nowhere, man. Now, and then the next thing too, a lot of people come in the military, they don't realize that they can actually build themselves by the military because you get a lot of training and a lot of education in the military that's worth a lot in the civilian sector. Like myself, right? I got a HR certification. HR certification costs thousands on the outside. For me, all I had to do was walk into my education center and say, hey, look, I'm human resources. I'm trying to get an HR certification. When I get out, help me out. Got that, bam. Next thing you know, I took this thing that we called a joint service transcript. It's called a JST. It has all your training that you did in the military from the time you came through basic, man. Took that over to the Ed Center. I said, hey, I need to enroll with a school. Enrolled in with a school, man. I found the right school that was going to lead me to the right degree I wanted. But then at the same time, it was also going to give me the max credits for my actual military training. That got transferred over into actual civilian education credit hours. I took that, man. That right there alone gave me associates easy. And they don't use that type of stuff, man. And I mean,
like you say, a lot of people don't look at it like that, right? And again, when I initially said that the military is perceived as a last chance for most people, whether it be black, brown, it doesn't matter, right? That's the reality. People want to live in this like false sense of like, oh, this is not how the world is. No, that's how the world is. A lot of times military is a last resort. The motherfuckers say, damn, I'm out of high school, I have no job. I'm not doing shit. Fuck it.
Mhm.
Go to the military. That's the reality. It is.
It's the truth, man. But even when you come into the military, it's the last resort. If you ain't doing nothing to try to actually better yourself, then what are you really doing now?
So but think about it like this, right? Even going into it, if you had no inner drive, do you really think that the military is going to use type of inner drive? No, it's not. It's about that individual.
I question that one. No,
okay, it will.
No. I got people, and I tell you, it's no different from in the civilian sector, right? I'm working in the civilian sector right now.
Uh-huh.
If you got people who have made that decision or made a commitment that big, it's all on the person that's leading them. If you actually a good manager, you're a good supervisor, and if you actually tap into that person and spend the time to actually take the time to build that person, that drive is there, man. People don't just jump up, go in the military, go take their ass to basic training for 2 months, then go sweat their ass off however long they got to do it at AIT, then get bitched at, yelled at early in the morning, told to do something this way, that way, then go back and do it again. If they ain't got some type of drive, man, that shit'll break you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It will break you. Even before I got medically retired, man, I was like, man, fuck this. I think I'm out, bro. You will get that drive. But it takes a good supervisor to bring it out of you, man.
Let me run a couple of these donos real quick, get them out the way. I want to get Vernisha in too, because he been in here. He wanted to speak a little bit. But let me get OG.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
OG chocolate drop
From the way you guys are talking, you all are talking like just because a person works a less skilled job that they shouldn't have a livable wage.
Okay, that's a good point. So let's do OG chocolate drop.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
OG's
Instead
back
of
with another
being
one.
mad that low-skilled workers get a wage equal to some skilled jobs, ask these companies why they're paying skilled jobs so little and aim your angst towards them.
Hey, for one thing, OG, I'm definitely not disagreeing with that. The problem is once you move one, you have to move the other. And if they don't have to move, they're not going to move. They have to move that 15 up. That don't mean that 15 that's already there, that they're going to move that up to 30. Because they don't have no pressure to move it. Unless you run some type of strike. And people like in Georgia, we don't even have a fucking union last time I checked. So you don't even have people like that backing you to do certain things like that. Wooski, I agree with that, but
that
that's
pussy
the point I'm making.
popping on a
Wooski 100 in
handstand.
the motherfucking building.
In 2021, $600 a week isn't livable. 24 hours in a day.
That's some big shit right there. He said that 2020 600 a week isn't livable 24 hours in a day. 600 in a week is not getting $600. Yeah, that's not even a livable in 1 week. You can't live off of $100 a day. It's a little bit less than that, but people are spending that shit on the average. But yo, Vernice, what's good? Jenkins. I don't know if I muted him or if he muted himself. Oh, hey, Vernice, you muted right now.
Yeah, what's up? All
right.
I just wanted. I'm in the military. All I wanted to say was I see a lot of people who just don't have no motivation. Who just in here, who just here just to be here, like carry basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just the point I wanted to make. It's really a stepping stone. Like I was watching a video the other day, how somebody was saying how they joined the military or whatever as a stepping stone to get where they need to be. But I see a lot of people in the military who just here just to be here.
What was your reason for joining the military?
What was my
I
reason?
agree with that.
To be honest, I just joined for the Camaro.
Come on, you tripping.
Hey, ain't shit wrong with that, Tony. I got a Camaro, man.
I respect you for keeping it real, though.
Oh, yeah.
I got a Camaro, man. Hey, keep it real. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's about whether you can pay that motherfucker off, though.
Right, but I invested my, you know what I'm saying? I invested my money that I got here.
It's about whether you can pay it.
Huh?
It's about whether you can pay that motherfucker off, man. Hey,
right.
I got a Camaro too, man. People be hating on the Camaro, man. Hey, you can pay it, then hey, you good.
Camaro game.
That's what
Do
I'm
y'all
talking
get
about.
a
Just don't get
discount
no
with
dumbass
that shit or
APR.
something? Because why don't y'all go with Charger or Challenger? Is there a Camaro discount?
Man, that shit too heavy, man.
Oh, okay.
It's the discount for me though.
Yeah, and I got an Audi too, so.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, for those people don't even have those options from the military or college, to be honest, and like you said the other day, Tony, on your show, you can't complain about it because of the color of your skin, man. You just got to work 10 times harder, bro. I know
Hell
that shit
yeah.
suck. I know that shit is not right. I know it's fucked up. But at the end of the day, you got to work 10 times harder. If it's a regular minimum wage job, bro, just start stacking your coins the best way you can. Budget yourself. Look at your costs, your spending habits. You know what I'm saying? Try to cut some things back so that extra little bread over a time will start to grow a little bit. Now you can start to like think what you really want to do to double that bread or that type of hustle Tone says. So like, you know what I mean? You just can't be discouraged and say, oh, fuck this. I ain't got those opportunities. So I'm just going to say, fuck this shit. Nah, bro, you just got to work 10 times hard, bro. Change your mindset. That's all. And don't fall in the rabbit hole.
One thing I say is, because I don't like to make things about race, but race is a thing that you can't ignore at the same time. But it's like minority, black people, Hispanics, they having to work 10 times to get the same result as someone that might not have to work half that, right? At the end of the day, it's there, but you can't sit and complain about it, because if you do, you're only fucking yourself up in the end. But one thing that you can look on the bright side, at least if I look at it, is that at the end of the day, the black community can, like, the struggle that has been taking place, they're able to handle. Like, I feel like when all hell break loose, a black person can control and be able to maneuver in a more fucked up situation than a lot of other races out there. And when I say black, I say minority too, because like I said, Hispanic, like I said, I look at Hispanics and blacks, they are like, as far as like, as in that the money range is very similar. I don't feel like, because some of them are getting paid even less than that, aren't even documented. So I look at it at that range, but I'm saying like motherfuckers can make the best out of what they got, and I think someone made a joke about it. It was a joke, and people might not like it, but it was Dave Chappelle or somebody said like, if look at Trading Places. That's all. Look at Trading Places and look at that movie. It's a good representation. Black people know how to make shit work, man. They know how to make $600 work in a week. You know what I'm saying? There's another race, they might go fucking crazy. They might have a nervous breakdown, and that's what I'm saying. Like those type of struggles, I feel like that had been generational. Has also it strengthened us, but at the same time it can hurt us, because it can keep us in the same containment or scare us from wanting to do better, because we're gonna lose the things that we benefit from. But at the same time, it's like you got to break that mold, man.
Yeah, and I was about to say, someone in the chat said, "Oh, so we got to work 10 times, bro." I know it's not fair, bro. I know, I get it, bro. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you have to adapt to your environment, bro. Like if you're gonna be thrown out there in the motherfucking woods, bro, and there's lions and all that shit and all that, bro, you gonna just let the motherfuckers eat you, bro? Nah, you gonna have to get right. Even if it's running is getting right to get away from the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But you got to make some type of decision and put yourself in a better situation, bro. I know it sucks, bro. It does suck, but you can't just sit there and complain about it. You can voice your opinion about it until it change, but until it change, keep going, bro. Keep grinding.
It doesn't necessarily suck, right? Because again, it doesn't, because you have to look at it like this, right? At some point, there has to be accountability in that person, right? I go into, and I jump from meeting to meeting, and I've been to plenty of freaking user groups, and meeting groups where literally I am the only black face in a crowd of hundreds of white people or Asian people, or just it's like literally I'm the only pepper that's sprinkled in
salt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the only black guy.
But Keno, can I tell you? Let's ask a real question with that, right? Because I like that. Go ahead. But the funny thing is, Keno, when they see a black man in that room, they know you work 10 times probably harder. So they might respect you more for being in that room, right?
Facts. Well,
I've never been,
no matter what.
I've never been a black person, or let me put it this way: I'm mixed, I'm biracial. But a white person's gonna look at me fully as like they're gonna look at the dreads, they're gonna look at all that. But when they see me in that room, they're gonna be like, they're gonna look at it, they're gonna look that shit matters, believe it or not. Like they might be curious, whatever the fuck. They like, yo, he's in this room with us, he's doing something right. I don't know what the fuck he's doing right, but he's doing something right. They start looking at your ass like motherfucking, what's that movie called? I forgot the name of it. Fuck. Shit, what's the movie, man? The Jordan Peele movie. When they were like, Tiger Woods, and they were looking to buy the black. It's a great movie. Get out. Remember they were at the dinner and shit with all the white people.
Yeah.
Like they were looking at him like they were this like, oh, I heard that they were this. They wanted to be. They want to know what you know, bro. Like at the end of the day, they look at you like a prized possession when you're that only person. That's how I at least look at it.
So you got a good point right there, Tony. Because I mean, like even for me, right, being a civilian now, you don't see people retirees my age, bro. And then also one of the things that people don't know about me, some people in here might know me if they are in the military and they come in and they in Korea. I am actually the human resources manager for the biggest overseas what we call personnel division. So basically, we deal with soldier orders, we deal with soldier family members, things of that nature. I have the biggest one in the military overseas, bro. So when people come in there, first of all, they always asking, "Hey, where's DJ?" Because they see my name on every letter. They come in there, they ask for DJ. I come up to the front desk. I always come well dressed, nice suit, and whatever else. But then they see this dude come up, black dude, young, with cornrows or whatever else. So I might have 2 strands twisted that day. And then they're looking at me. They're like, "Are you DJ?" Yeah. And they're like, okay, but then you can tell how the conversation's going.
They weren't expecting it.
Yeah, they start talking, it's low level type stuff, and then I go ahead, hit that, then I start sharpshooting them, and then they start saying like, "Oh, okay, he might be qualified."
You still have to prove yourself.
Yes, and you have to work 10 times harder. They know that you worked your ass off to get there, but you have to work 10 times harder doing your job, because everything they're gonna take from you, they're gonna take with a grain of salt. And I'll tell you, it's the same thing when I go to these meetings, man. I got people in here. I got 4-star generals, 3-star generals, 1-star generals, whatever, colonels, sergeant majors that's been in the military for 32 years. They always gonna sharpshoot me. I got to be on my shit, man. I always got my phone ready right there.
At this point, when if it's an affair with a whole bunch of white people and Jay-Z comes in here, bro, they're gonna be on Jay-Z's dick.
Yep.
At this point,
you got to be on your shit.
Like they want to know they want Jay-Z because they know that Jay-Z's a gateway to the next thing. And I feel like Jay-Z, hate him or love him, he's created that almost in a way where you got to go through him to get certain things. And people don't like that. People don't like that. Like a lot of black people be like, "Yo, Jay-Z be telling you to do this, title that he's selling this shit." A lot of people feel that way about it too. But it is what it is, man. Keno, I know you were talking and I kind of cut you off, so I don't know if you want to continue on what you were saying about being in these groups or whatever, or even if you agree with what I said or you don't agree. Do you feel like that though?
I agree with what you say, because again, like no matter what, right? And I always look at it like this. Anytime I go in a situation like that, I always have that inner big dick moment, right? Where I know internally, hey, my knowledge is comparable, if not surpasses anyone or 95% of people in this fucking room, right? So I can easily say,
hold on a second. Salute to Tommy Sotomar in the building. It's all good. It's all good, man. I'll catch you on the next one, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Go ahead, Keno. My bad.
I can easily say, oh, you know what? No, it doesn't. No one in here looks like me. I can easily fold, but I can stand up 10 toes down and allow my knowledge to speak for itself. And until the average brother or sister realizes that and propels themselves, and internally, they'll be in the same exact rut, trying to live up to the next person's expectation because they got $1,200, $600, $1,400. Yeah, at some point, it has to be accountability. It really does.
Facts. I agree.
Yeah, but at the same time, and I just want to go off of what you just said, Keno, and this is why I was gonna go next with what Tony was saying. It ain't just coming in there looking the part, man. You can't just walk in there being confident, being cocky, and having a big moment.
You gotta perform.
You have to do it. You gotta have that knowledge, baby. Yes.
And I know that, man. I come in there, same thing. I have Balenciagas on my feet, and they always make comments about it. They're like, "Damn, so we just wear these." It's a little fashion forward for them. They used to that old white man stigma. If I gotta have on some damn some gators or some shit, like, nah, man. This is my style. At the same time, I know that I'm being watched. I know that every day that the way that I carry myself and the things that I do is going to affect the black community. How? Because I'll tell you what I have. I have young black people come up to me all the time saying, "Hey, DJ, how did you get to this position? How did you get to this place in your life? How did you get out of the military and make it work?" How did you get to a position where you're elevated? And I got 50-year-old retirees. I got white people. I told you I'm from Germany, bro. I didn't even speak good English. I was a black motherfucker in goddamn Atlanta that couldn't speak proper English, bro. That shit didn't fucking fly, bro. But I had to build myself the fuck up, man. I had to. I said, you know what? I ain't gonna just look the part, bro. I'm gonna be the part. So if a motherfucker check me, best believe you gonna get checked back.
My man Tommy said, the problem with us blacks is we go by what we see more than what is being said. Yeah. One thing I definitely say too, though, that we tend to, in general, like we like to say that 10 times harder. We don't always have to necessarily look at it like, yo, I want to work 10 times harder to get there. I'm not trying to be cliche when I say this, but we need to focus on how to work smarter. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Like, you can get to that same fucking 10 times harder end goal. You can make that half the way if you work smarter at it. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers that have that knowledge and information, they're not working hard at all. They just know how to manipulate the shit. They know how to take advantage of it. And we might have to go the long route where they can take the short route. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother fucking situation, you know? I think a lot of the times too, though, is that kind of at the same time is a problem, because you do find yourself with a lot of people that want to, people look at you, Leo, and then they want that same thing in 1 month. They look at my YouTube channel and they want that in 1 year. That's not, but it's not, it don't work that way all the time. So it's the Wooski. Wooski's going in right now in the Don't Knows. Wooski said, we don't work 10 times harder. A lot of us lack information and some don't want better. Most of us people want instant gratification, which I just said right there. Salute the motherfucking Wooski in the building. And he also dropped the $199. I can name 10 low entry jobs where you can make $100,000.
You start with that gay porn first, though.
Yeah, nah. But I think that you know, like there's so many like little ways to make money, and the ways that these people on Wall Street make money or whatever the fuck. There's so many little finesses that you can do. You don't necessarily always have to work 10 times harder. You could just be smarter at it, you know, and how you move and the shit like that. So
you gotta educate yourself.
It definitely is.
Tony, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. So
I ain't trying to drive your conversation. You know, this is your channel. I'm not trying to.
You know,
I'm just a small moderator, man.
Man,
but
this is my platform for y'all, man.
This is a question that I had, because I actually was gonna try to go live pretty soon. Like you talking about, man. YouTube, hey man, I've been working on that fucking intro video for a minute, man. That shit's a bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so going into this whole topic about getting ahead, I mean, we're looking at it from a race aspect. I want to get your thoughts on this. I got 43 employees, man. I will tell you that with my assistant managers and everything else, and even with my business I have in Germany, that it seems like there's a cultural shift within the workplace. It used to be male dominated everywhere around, right? But then females were under, females had the role of being a housewife, but they can go be a secretary or something else. There's now a switch. Women are getting into positions of power. But the thing is, they don't have the wages to match the males' wages. We know that. But one of the things that I wanted to bring up is you got two women. You got women that work hard, and you got the women that get by selling their body or whatever else. For me, and this is just me, maybe I'm old school, I'm not okay with OnlyFans. I mean, yeah, I'll go watch the shit. Motherfucker, hey. But I mean, as far as women going and doing OnlyFans or selling their body, going into a workplace, dressing sexy because they trying to outperform the next dude next to them, I'm not okay with that. I've noticed that that's one of the things that I see. I just want to see if that's something maybe that you feel is common now. And how do you feel about that being in the workplace or being in the workforce in general?
So what do you mean by work for? Salute to motherfucking Tommy. Salute to Tommy Solomon for the $50 donation in the motherfucking super chat, man. Salute to my man Tommy. Yo, Zay, I don't know if you busy. You can take that link too. You in here typing. So my question is though, Leo, first and foremost for answer, you saying women that are doing OnlyFans and working in the workforce, or just women that take the route of OnlyFans instead of working?
So I was giving you two different avenues. So you got the women that do OnlyFans, they do whatever they do, whether they got a job or not. Hell, I'm over in Korea, bro. There's military spouses over here that's on fucking OnlyFans, bro, while their husband at work. But then you got the next part, right, where I'm talking about is you got females. And okay, let me give you a scenario. Me, right? Yeah. Fully qualified, educated, know my shit, right? I might be a dapper ass black dude, right? But then over here on this other side, I got a female. She bad as a motherfucker, but she tricking off. Which one you think gonna get the job? You already know she gonna get the job. Hey, I might be on my shit, but I ain't busting no pussy open.
Can I be honest with you? When I look at these type of situations, it's fucked up because maybe people don't have the patience like I do, but I have the patience. I enjoy letting them do that and then seeing how they're able to move when the looks are no longer there.
Yeah.
I like that look. I like to see. I'm loving all the girls I'm seeing with the booty implants and the da-da-da. I can't wait till I get older when I'm in my 40s and 50s and I got the money that I've been growing and gradually growing and seeing what they're doing now with their lives. Because I just don't think it's gonna be there anymore. And you best believe, look at the videos in the 90s with the booty shaking and look at the videos in the booties are getting bigger. The girls that was in the 90s on the Nelly uncuts and all that, you know, what the fuck is it? God damn it.
Tip drill.
Tip drill. I mean, you think they still doing them video vixens? I don't think so. So I'm looking forward to looking at them, the ones that are doing it now. I'm looking forward to that, and I got patience, bro. I know where I'm going. I'm looking forward to seeing that shit, though. I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, where all these video vixens are gonna be at in 20. I mean, shit. Look, man. Look at the porn stars now, man. People, we all used to love like Isla Fox and all. We got a ton of them. Where they at now, man? Where Roxy Reynolds at now, man? You feel me?
Hey,
they all changed their lives.
Lacey Duval.
I'm saying, hey, Lacey Duval, yes, I'm saying, but like, hey, you might not want Lacey Duval now, man. You might look at her now, that bitch got 50 pounds on her. I got time to. I'm getting good with age. They not getting good with age. So that's how I look at it, man. That's just how I look at it. 100, man.
Yeah, because I just looked at it, man. I mean, like I'm looking around on posts yesterday, man. I'm like, damn, you know, a lot of these women are getting in positions of power, but of course, you know, it's always the rumor, man. You got to take the good with the bad.
Women with the position of power in business and all that, I respect that. But the women in the position with the OnlyFans, that shit, like when you depend on your body gonna die, but your brain ain't gonna die. So when your body dies and you start getting old, but your brain's still doing good, the business ones are gonna be able to still keep going because the mind is gonna have wisdom with it. But if you dependent on your body the whole time and you ain't been massaging your mind, when you get to 40, the body's dead, the brain is still of a teenager, you lose. It's gonna be you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, the bitch gonna have blimped up lips and booty with a fucking cement in it. You gotta keep pumping that motherfucker up every year to keep that bitch stretched out because it's starting to sag. You feel me? So that's how I look at it. Like. I feel you, but that's how I don't really. I mean, hopefully they making enough money now to when the 40s hit and that shit drops and it starts sagging, that they got some good investments on in the future. But the main thing is they're not doing this; they just doing the vision, so they fucking up.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, I mean, race is always gonna be there, man. People can sit up here and say racism is dead, racism don't exist in the military, all that other bullshit, man. Racism's gonna be here. It is here. It's been there. It just, you know. The tiers of where you see it. But the thing about it is, I just feel like now it's more of a sexist thing. It's about this attractive female and this least attractive male over here. And I just feel like there's a cultural shift now where people want that attractive female compared to taking that highly qualified male.
So are you saying
you can be a handsome dude, but I mean shit, like I said, hey, this motherfucker over here popping pussy on a handstand like your shit, man. It ain't nothing I can do to compete with that, man.
So are you saying, well, I guess because you didn't really say it's not sexism then. Are you going to say racism to sexism? Or what would you say?
I'm just saying, I feel like racism is still a part and it's still going to be a part. But I feel like now it's more, I want this attractive female than having this guy.
That runs the
and that's
business.
what I'm getting at. I feel like there's a shift now.
That runs the business you're talking about from a business perspective?
And that's from the business perspective, and I mean, it goes from having a manager to even having an employee. It's like I'd rather have somebody who is going to be attractive and who's going to draw more interest than having somebody who's not going to be as attractive. We always seen it as singing and in Hollywood, but now I feel like now it's starting to creep into the workplace.
It's always creeping into the workplace, man.
But
it depends on
it
depends on what industry it is, right? So if you're in retail or if you're in PR where you actually have to have that pretty face or advertisement, right? That's a little bit different, right? When it comes to things, so you're saying you see it more in your field in HR?
I think I see it all across the board, man. That's what I'm trying to get at.
The problem is though, Leo, man, like I get what you're saying. The problem is at the end of the day, the women that get that I still can understand from a women perspective for the simple fact that when it comes to men and this type of stuff, the longevity is different, bro. Like that shit only lasts for so long because, like you said, looks good, looking good, bro. 20 to 40 maybe, and 40's pushing it. Because at 40, there's some 18, 20-year-olds that the old niggas is looking at now. So women have to deal with that. Men, we can be 50 and still be looking good. You feel me? And 50-year-old men, like ladies love older men. So I get what you're saying. I'm just saying I do feel like women, they got to deal with that recycle, man, that revolving door, because at a certain time, when they, at a certain age, you start thinking like 30, 40, whoa, then 20 over here, you start moving your neck around,
Well, I mean, for me, I think and the reason why I say it's all around, I mean, I give you an example, man, like on YouTube. I got this bad bitch over here that's doing YouTube and she doing shoe reviews, and I got this ugly bitch over here. Hey. Or if I got Tony B. Too Wild to watch, Tony, I love you, man. Hey, I'm part of Too Wild fan, but hey, that bitch bad, bro. Hey, I'm trying to see the other foot over there, bro. I'm trying to see what pants she got on with them J's.
Tommy said that those vixens that we were talking about, they're now claiming ain't no good men.
Facts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Facts. Salute to Tommy, man.
But that's just how I feel, man. I feel like it's everywhere. I like I said, man, if I had to go watch this bad bitch on YouTube or watch Tony wearing some J's, I'm like, hey, Tony, I'm gonna catch you, man. I'm gonna hit you on that watch later, man. Hey, but
yeah,
try to see some ass in them J's, man.
Even from the perspective that you might be willing to pay for her content and watch it rather than paying for my content and watching it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if a girl got an OnlyFans with a YouTube and she doing her on feet and she wearing a damn thong, you'll pay for that. But you wouldn't pay for my YouTube membership if it was even cheaper. I get what you're saying from that perspective.
Yeah. That's the only way I feel, man. I mean, Tony,
hey, you just brought up a new idea, man. On feet with a thong, bruh.
Look, Z, like I'll pay for that. Everybody like shit, man.
Hey, Smashly about to be on that tonight, bro.
Hey, Zay, you better talk to Jules, man. I might give y'all something to do, man. Hey, see, look, unfortunately, I'm about to be married, but people like Tommy, he's a smart man. Tommy brings the naked bitches to his channel, so you gotta pay him to see them. So he'll have a naked bitch on there playing pool while he doing a live stream. So you might fuck with Tommy, but you're gonna be forced to pay it because you want to see that naked bitch playing pool while he talking about topics. So that's the smart way to go. I don't think I can do that yet, though. I don't think Nikki gonna let me do that.
Nah, hell nah, man. Hey, don't. Hey, he my nigga, but don't pull a super duper rooper on me, man. Don't make the OnlyFans with the woman, man.
Super
That's
duper
my nigga though, but.
So what do y'all think that right now for the 243 people that's in the chat?
Hit that like. Yep.
That's not put in that position to win as a vet. Like do y'all have like some type of advice for them to get them motivated a little bit? Because you know what I'm saying, like it starts with just someone just listening in and chiming in, like, you know what I'm saying, like what type of advice would you have for them?
That's a good question. So if I was, because it's different depending on the age, right? If I was me young and I was in a zero income situation, I wouldn't probably look at the route of YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Because it's oversaturated. I would look into stocks and crypto and shit like that, though, definitely. And I would just, the thing is with me, my whole life, I've always been a person of being able to do things exceptionally good instead of doing one thing very, very good. I've never been able to do, I'm not great at just one thing. I'm exceptionally good at many things. You feel me? So it was very hard for me to find something. And I always look at life as you gotta ride the wave of life. And what I mean by that is you gotta let whatever life throws at you, you gotta ride that motherfucker to the next thing. Drake wanted to be a rapper, bro, but he was an actor first. Will Smith wanted to be an actor, but he had to be a rapper first. And, he was a rapper first. Like he was rapping, and then he did Fresh Prince. Drake did Degrassi, and then ended up being Drake. So it depends on you sometimes you might not do what you want at that moment, but as long as it's helping you get to that next level, you got to be able to do those things. Like I wanted to rap at one point, I wanted to do music videos at one point, and now I ended up doing YouTube. I'm doing YouTube on sneakers. Now I got this channel where I'm doing podcasts. Who knows? Maybe this might be my real calling, doing podcasts and talking. I don't know, but I'm letting life kind of take the steering wheel because I trust it. At the end of the day, I'm trusting I'm trusting God. I'm trusting life. I'm trusting the direction. You know, because it hasn't really taken me to. I've had my ups and downs, but I haven't been where I'm like in a super fucked up situation. You know, so I kind of ride the wave of life, man. You know, whatever it goes. And one thing is I have doubts a lot of times, but whenever I let it like really just go with the way it got to go, it always finds its way, man. Like there's been times where I had to come up with a big amount of money or had to deal with some sort of big situation, and it always has been able to find its way to unravel. So I think if you're someone in a fucked up situation, you know, or young like me, that's one thing. Now, if you're in my age in a fucked up situation, I would definitely say that change is the first thing you need to do. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So if you're doing something and ain't nothing changing, you need to you need to do something different. Like you got to make sure you're able to take care of your main priorities, but you need to be doing different things as well. Otherwise, you're gonna ride that same fucking plateau to your deathbed. That's what I gotta say. Now I'll let you guys talk. I'm gonna take another piss. This beer kicking in.
I mean, if you don't mind, I'm gonna give you an example too.
Go ahead,
like
man. Go ahead, brother.
Like I said, I was in the military, and Tony, actually, the first time I ever called in to Tony, I was in Kansas. It was about a year and a half ago, man. I had got sent to Kansas to go retire and all this other shit. As I was getting towards that whole retirement thing, because everybody wanted medical retirement. I'm like, shit, I can retire early and get paid for the rest of my life. Who the fuck don't want that? But then as I started getting closer to it, man, being in the military, that's when I started realizing, I was like, shit, man, what do I got going for myself? What can I do on the outside, man? Like, you start getting scared. But on the outside, I had to play it and make it seem like, you know, nah, man, I'm good, man. Hell yeah, who don't want this shit? But on the inside, I was scared, man. But then I realized as I got out the military, that little paycheck, man, that shit wasn't going to get me by, bro. I said, I need more than this. So that's when I said, all right, I got to hustle. So first thing I did, and it was crazy, man, because for 2 weeks straight, bro, I literally was just sitting up in the house, chilling, living the dream, getting paid while sitting at home. But then I said, you know what, I got to do something more. And it was crazy because I actually was watching one of Tony videos. I said, man, I'm sitting up here talking about this, talking about that, and I'm talking about I want all these shoes, which I've always been a sneakerhead. I got a hell of a lot of shoes. But I said I wanted to go get more. So as I was listening to Tony that day, I said, you know what, man, let me go make me a fucking Uber, man. I ain't got shit else to do. So I made an Uber. I went out, got in the car, I was driving Uber. It was funny as hell, man, because I was calling in Tony's show, man, and I'm driving Uber. Literally, he was talking about race issues, and I was calling Tony in Kansas, somewhere I had no fucking idea about, man. And I said, you know what? Let me call in. Let me do this, do that. As I was listening to Tony, it was inspiring me to say, you know what? I got to do more, man. I already had the thought there. That just gave me the drive. But then I said, okay, I'm gonna do my resume up a little bit better. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna take a flyer or something. I saw a position come up in Korea. Put my shit in. Bam, cool. Then I get contacted by the company. Company said, yeah, we want to hire you. They told me the position. I was like, yo, that shit sound Gucci. But then that's when they told me, yeah, you're going to have to pay a little extra for this. So you know what I did? I drove my black ass around in Uber every fucking day, man. I'm talking 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. I was up because I knew people had to go to work. I was driving until damn 12 o'clock at night. And I'm talking about, man, I'd be out there. I'm calling Tony's show, talking to Tony and shit while I'm driving. I'm telling my damn riders in the car. I'm like, hey, go subscribe to this dude, Tony D2Y. You're a cool ass dude.
Let's put this one out the way. I think at this point we can all. I honestly feel we can all agree. Retirement is not even a thing anymore.
Hell no.
I wouldn't retire not because I wouldn't want to, but I could not sit in the house and not do nothing. My body wants to do something. My body wants to thrive. If you retire and then you start selling paintings, I don't think you're retired because you're still doing something that you love and you probably are making something out of it. Work is in our genetics at this point. I don't think that like you can retire. Why would I retire from YouTube? Think about it. If I can come up live at 80 years old and talk to you guys at 80, why would I retire? It's not stressful to me. Now, if you want to retire from fucking working at some job that you hate, I get that. But if you then go and do your own business, you're not technically retired because you're working. You're just working for something. Like, it's hard to feel retirement when you're doing something you love and you're getting paid for it. So maybe that's the end goal, but retirement will never be the end goal for me because I'm gonna do what I love till as far as I can go. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I look at it. Like, I don't think that retirement's even a thing anymore, man. Like, I don't know. Leo, you said you had the option. You had it in your head. You had it in your hands. My grandfather had retirement in his hands, and he continued to work. It's not like, I don't know. I don't think our bodies are made for it.
Well, that's what a lot of the younger generations are misinformed, Tony. I was one of them. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't think I was focused on when I was in the military. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use this as a stepping stone. Then I realized, oh man, this shit easy. I wake up in the morning, go work out, go to the office. Somebody gonna tell me some fuck shit to do. I just gotta listen to it, make that shit happen. It only gonna last me about 30 minutes to an hour. I go home at the end of the day. I'm still gonna eat. I'm still getting paid. That shit easy. So I was like, man, I'll ride it out for 20. And a lot of people got that mind state. But that's what I'm saying, man. When I was in Korea, I was like, I'm not Korean, Kansas. I said, man, you know what? Man, fuck this. First of all, I ain't trying to stay in Kansas. Like, if I stayed anywhere in the States, I'm going back to Atlanta, man. Like, this is the place I know.
Yeah.
But that's when I took that job, man. Like I said, I had took that off top going to Korea. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going into. But then that's when they told me, it's like, nah, you got to fly yourself over here, homie. Like, hey, we'll pay your ass, but you going to fly over here. Man, I drove every damn day to get that $5,000 to be able to fly my ass over here. Because I still was making money. I just wanted to be able to do it comfortably. But then I flew over here. Then I got here, and I was like, all right, yeah. I got in this position. I remember where I was at. I remember driving these damn early mornings, late nights. What can I do to better myself? And I said, okay, let me educate myself on this job. Let me reach out. Let me network. I put in that hard-ass work. Bro, since I got here, like the first few months, bro, I was working till 10 o'clock at night. I was working on weekends and shit. I was like, man, I was done with this in the military. Why am I doing this now? But then I said, you know what? This is going to get me where I need to be. Now, man, I can go in there for a few hours. I can go home. I can live comfortably. So it's going to be that drive, man. You got to have that drive. And then, like I said, that, like Tony said, that retirement is not an end state. You got to keep going.
Salutes to Will M. He said he's gonna do that and he's gonna go work on his vacation home. Let me be honest, bro. When I go on vacation, bro, after a week, I'm ready to go back to work. Like, I want to work. So maybe that's just between me and you, Will. But if I put me on a motherfucking deserted island with money in my account, with fucking seashells and a Corona bottle in the sand, and I'm able to sip and drink margaritas every single day, I promise you after a week, bro, I'm ready to come back and work, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, I just want, like, maybe it's an illness at this point. Maybe I'm this fucking workaholic. I don't know. But that's not it for me. That's just not it for me. Like, doing stuff
it's so much money to be made out there, and the times has changed. It's not the Stone Ages no more, bro. It's so much networking. It's so much money to be made. There's so much ways to get money legally. And you just got to be able to put yourself out there, put yourself in the best position to win, man. Like, if you just still sitting on what happened or why this ain't changing and stuff like that, you just going to keep holding yourself back. But I am here to tell you, like, it's never too late to change. As long as you make one foot, take one step forward, you're making a change. But if you're waiting and then you decided like next year you want to make the change, you could have made that same change. Like, you just wasted a whole year. And you know what I'm saying? Just start now. If you start now, you'll start seeing results a little bit sooner. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, man, Drake Jungles be speaking facts, man.
Hey, so let me give my final thoughts because I got a crazy Filipino telling me to come for dinner and shit like that.
Oh shit, we know what happened with last time. That voice changed on us.
Yeah, man.
Get it in, bud.
Hey, Keno, what you eating on the night? Because you must be eating some good shit for you to be goddamn dipping, like, getting the fuck up out of here, boy.
What's hooking it up, man?
What's on the menu tonight, though? Just tell me. I want.
She got some type of pancit and some type of steak thing.
Okay. Pancit, boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, real quick, my final thoughts. I just want to say that people should really just consider taking a step back, getting themselves together, because taking a step back will allow you to progress 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. Okay, and until people do that, they'll be in the same exact rut. And on that note, I'm gone, guys.
Let me say one thing, Keno. Let me say one thing though.
Okay.
A great analogy that I heard from my man here.
What more do you want from me?
He said an analogy. Now he probably heard it from someone else, but he said that you got to think of life like an arrow. Sometimes God will pull you back and let you go 10 times further. Take that step back, 3 feet to go forward. That's how life is sometimes. So this is to add on what you said, man, and I appreciate it, man.
All right, perfect, gents. Have a good night.
Peace out, Kino.
Yep.
Respect.
I mean, I definitely agree. Let me put it this way: the government's not going to get you out your situation. Never at this point.
Nope.
Only one that will get you out is you. The government's never going to give you something that's going to get you right. Look, man, you get tax returns every year. That's the closest thing to the government getting you something right, and it ain't changed nothing different. You feel me? Tax return probably going into the loan you took out the year before or whatever. Like, I promise you, you got to add on. You have to do more than what you're doing in order to get there. Not doing the same thing. You have to add on more. You know, I had that talk with Nicole a lot of the times too. Is like, we're here and we will maintain that field here. If we want to go to the next level, we have to do something. We have to throw in some type of new formula to you know what I'm saying? Like the stock market, move up. You have to add. You can't just do the same thing and expect a dupe. You have to do more. And sometimes you have to make those sacrifices, whether it's less time with the family, less time with this and that. You just got to balance it at the end of the day. But there has to be some sort of change to get to that next level. So, you know, that's just
never be satisfied. Never be satisfied.
Never. So, you know, that's the main frame that I've stuck with, and I mean, it's paid off in the long run. I've said it before on lives. I'll say it again. I love the model that Kanye said. You know, in the basement, five days for, what did he say? 5 weeks for 6 summers, or what? When he said he did 5 beats a day for 3 summers, I deserve to do these numbers or whatever. Like when I did YouTube, I locked myself away from my friends and family, and I mean my immediate family was there, but I locked myself away, and I still am to this day. Like, I hung out with my friends on New Year's Eve for the first time all together, maybe for about since the last 5 years, and I had to do that sacrifice to get where I'm at now. Because if I would have let anything fuck up my goal, I probably would have slowed it down, or who knows where I would be now. So this takes those type of sacrifices, man. It takes those sacrifices of hanging out with the homies, and I think Dre said it himself. Like, Dre, you had your friends leave you because they stepped up. I had to somewhat leave my friends to make myself step up. I'm not saying my friends were doing fuck shit, but I had to just get in another atmosphere, you know what I'm saying, and surround myself around people who did similar things to me, because my friends that I was currently hanging with, they didn't probably understand that type of shit, the YouTube and all that. So those are the type of things you got to kind of, you know, take in consideration, man, in any type of atmosphere you're in.
And see, that's one of the things that kill me now, man, because like people come on YouTube, they see how Tony D2 Wild moving, they think it's easy, man. They think that's an easy come up. No, it's not. Yeah. And then same thing with the whole resale thing, man. Like, bro, you can't just hop in, buy shoes, and expect to make a big profit. No. It's not there. It's not possible. And that's why it's making it so hard to cop sneakers right now, man. Because you got everybody who wants to be a goddamn reseller. Like, bro, let that shit go, man. It's not for everybody.
They wouldn't survive pre.
Everybody's trying to find an easy way to get ahead, man. Take the hard route. I challenge people. Take the hard route.
They wouldn't survive pre-StockX. They wouldn't survive.
Oh, hell no.
Pre-StockX, then they wouldn't do it, man.
Yeah, take the hard route in life sometimes, man. Because here's the thing about it, right? If you give me 2 courses of action, you tell me that this is going to be the easy route and the hard route. I promise you, this is me, bro. And I know some people might call bullshit, but I'm always take that hard route. Because at the end of the day, you know, I got it for my damn self. I did it myself. And at the end of the day, I'm going to have that self-satisfaction. And if I take the easy route, I got to sit up here and deal with a motherfucker over my shoulder who's looking at me saying, yeah, motherfucker, you know I hooked you up. Fuck that, bro. I got this shit myself, bro. I don't need you.
Nothing good comes easy. You gotta put in the work.
Salute to motherfucking Rena, the triple OG in the building, man. Rena's always been Rena Andrew. Gotta give it up to Rena real quick. Salute to Sign in the building. Sign, I see you. Zaya, man, take that little link real quick before. I mean, I know you might gotta go live soon. You know, I like to end it off, Zaya. I like to get you involved. So, you know, I don't know, kind of figure out what Zaya might be talking about next or anything like that, you know. just take it in here, man, because I be coming to your live stream. And you gotta come pay me back some way, or drop a dono if we're gonna get you the fuck up out of here, Zay. It's one or the other, man. You feel me? Straight up.
Zay getting that damn pork loin.
And I got that. You got my knife, Zay. I peeped that. You got my motherfucking purple knife, man. Chupa Me Vega, what's good, man? Cap. But nah, I mean, I think, man, we really broke it down, and it's good. Look, let me put it this way: it's really good to see black people that don't necessarily agree with the handouts, because a lot of us tend to do that. A lot of us tend to want those things and blame race for the things that, look, at the end of the day, race did play a part in a lot of the situations, but the more we focus on it, I'm a person that I understand the problem, but I'm more so focused about the solution than the problem. When you focus on the problem, you don't fix nothing. When you focus on the solution, you figure out how to move forward. That's what it's all about. We can sit here and argue about how we fucked something up. We need it, but more important is how we argue about how we're gonna fix it. Because that's what's actually gonna be caused an action. The conversation of just fucked up is a conversation. You can't fix anything at the point. It's the past. The future is the solution. And that's the thing, that's the main thing here. Like we discussed the problems of minimum wage, and we discussed like the potentials of what could cause if we do get it, or whether or not we need to get it. And overall, man, I mean, I'm all for raising it if I know for a fact that everybody, what people will be doing with the money, how what it would go into, and the stimulus and all what it would go into. But right now, I feel like it's just never enough at the end of the day. It's always going to be some sort of problem that we're going to hold ourselves to, or there's a reason why we're not here, a reason why we're not there. We're not holding ourselves accountable at the end of the day for the things that we could really be really focused on, man. Like, I definitely salute to Zay in the building. He's gonna be mean with it. Let me get some of these donations real quick. Hold on. Salute to the
that
section for the
pussy
$2.
popping on a
I appreciate
handstand.
that, D Blake. I'm sorry I'm late.
We love your contribution. Hit the like button.
Salute to the section for that. Daniel Blake for the $2 tips. To the $2 King, all among Section 8. Salute to Malice Green for the $2 as well.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
What role do you think work ethic and being lazy plays into blacks being successful or unsuccessful? Do you guys think African Americans in general are lazier than other races? Could this be the reason for it all?
Damn. I'm scared to talk about that one. I'll let y'all lead that. ZZ, I don't know if you want to, or Dre, I'll let y'all talk.
I didn't even hear the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I can't really hear.
Yeah, hold on. Yo, Leo, I'm gonna mute you real quick. I think the headphones is fucking up. Did you get to when you want to talk? Go ahead, mute yourself, Leo. Mute yourself. Okay. When you want to talk, just unmute yourself. Malice asks, what role do you think work ethic and being lazy plays into blacks being successful or unsuccessful? Do you guys think that African Americans in general are lazier than other races? Could this be a reason for it all?
Man, I think that's an excuse, bro. Like saying if you see a group of people and say, all right, black people are lazy, that's an excuse. And at the end of the day, I personally don't give a fuck, because it's all on me to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So like, it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks or what the stereotype is. At the end of the day, you need to take accountability. You need to take ownership to be successful. So it doesn't even really matter, to be honest.
So let me say this. I'll say this right there, what you said. I think what ZZ did, and maybe Zaya, you agree with this because you talked about this a lot. ZZ is a black man that's saying, I don't look at it as from it being about my skin color. He's looking at it from a person to person thing. But certain people want to make it about a race thing. You know what I'm saying? So like what I'm basically saying is like, he himself, he's not generalizing it based upon his race. He's just saying it in general based upon person to person basis. Whereas some people want
racism's always going to be there, like forever and ever and ever. I don't want it to be there, but it's going to be there. And I'm not going to let somebody say, oh, because I'm black, I can't do A, B, and C, or I'm lesser of. Like, no, I'm going to take accountability and get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dre, my fault.
No, I was going to say, you just got to put yourself in a position to win again. And like, if you got kids, you got to put them in a position to win. You just got to somewhere down the line, break the cycle that you're used to and start that whole cycle over, start your own tree over if you have to. But if you just sit back and just making excuses, like there's white people that's lazy, there's Asian people that's lazy, there's mad other motherfucking people that's lazy. It's all about what you are. If you're lazy, then that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? That's your fault.
So I guess what the problem is not about being lazy, Malice. I believe that as a whole, black. Hold on, I think Leo. I think that's you echoing, bro. Again, I'm gonna mute you real quick.
It's me?
Yeah, you good. Yeah, it was you. But you can unmute yourself and talk next. I think what the problem is happening is it's not about becoming lazy. It's about us asking for this and that and this and that from the government, expecting that that is going to be the cause. And then we actually receiving those things. And when you actually receive those things, you got to think of it this way. What person have you seen? And I'm not even talking about black people. This is just talking about poor and rich in general. Baby mamas, whoever, someone who receives some sort of compensation or money that want to be like, yo, I'm on welfare, I'm on EBT, but I want to get off of it because I want to make more money. When do you actually see that occur? I don't see that.
They get comfortable in that situation.
That's what I'm saying. So that is where I attach the laziness to it. Is to the fact that when we're given these things, it's not like we take the things that we're given and we use it to then shoot ourselves up. We take those things and then just sit with them.
Yep.
That's where my problem is with everything. So when you look at it, you look at black people, you look at white people, you look at Hispanic people, you look at whether they're getting EBT or getting anything, so any type of government assistance, and then you look and see, are they doing something to get themselves out of the situation? And if they're not, then that's a lazy person to me. And it don't matter what race it is. I feel like it's a situation of the government involved in general.
I don't like to do the same stupid thing over and over again because, like you said, it's insanity, right? Yeah. Like we've got the check, or I didn't get the check, but people got checks. Did it improve their situation, right? People get the welfare. Did it really improve their situation, or are they still stuck in the same situation? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah,
so it's been proven that it didn't work. So we need to do something else. Take ownership. Be accountable.
So first thing, Zay, I would like for you to speak, but first, Troll is dropping a video at 10 o'clock, I believe, right?
It was supposed to be, I think, 8:30, but I think there was an upload issue, so I think he's a little late.
I saw 10 when I looked on there last time, but okay.
It might have been pushed to 10 then.
Salute to Troll Mageddon in the building, dropping the video at I need to check it, but Troll, feel free to put it in there. Zaya, what's your thoughts, man? Lazy?
Do you want to read it again? Do you have it there in front of you?
Oh, yeah, he might have said something. Yeah. What role do you think worth ethic and being lazy plays into blacks being successful or unsuccessful? Do you guys think African Americans in general are lazier than other races? Could this be the reason for it all? Malice Green, $2 donation, salutes.
I don't think necessarily you could say a certain color of person is lazy. Lazy is more so a characteristic. I will say this though. If you are black and you are using the excuse that because you are black, you're unable to succeed or get things done, to me, that is the lazy part, right? I'll say this, whether I'm black, Spanish, purple, white, blue, there's nothing that anyone can do to stop me from doing what I want to do. Okay. Facts. The only person that's going to stop me is me. Now, if I've been mentally programmed to think that everybody's out to get me, then obviously I'm going to have a reason for everything. And it's always going to be, well, I can't do that because he's out to get me. I can't do that because of my skin color. I can't do that because of this. Does racism exist in the world? Yeah, 100%. But I only got a short amount of time on this motherfucker. And I'd be damned if anyone is going to stop me from doing anything. I'm always going to do it my way. I'm always going to find a way to get it done. And I'm never going to use my skin or my ethnicity or any of that to say that I couldn't get it done. To me, that's weak. All right. You letting a color or a thought process affect how you handle business. Like when I wake up and I do business, or I do business with somebody, shit, Tony, me and you talk all the time. And like it's never a color thing. At the end of the day, the only color that matters is green. All right. So if you want to stay stuck in a bubble where you think that your color is affecting you and you can't get something done, then that's cool, bro. It's your life to live, bro. You know what I mean? If that's how you want to waste away your life, yo, it's your life to live. But at the same time, I'm not going to just put that on all black people. You feel me? I don't think black people are lazy. There's a ton of black people that, you know, get it done. Shit, Tony, technically you have black, and shit, you're one of my more intelligent friends that I could have a conversation with and not feel like when I get off, he took it personal or anything like that. Imagine, in all the conversations me and you have ever had, bro, we've never taken anything personal. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't just naturally put laziness on black people. I feel like there's laziness in every culture, every color. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool. Like, if you want to be lazy, listen, that's perfectly fine. It's your life to live. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come home and you want to, let's put it this way. When I come home, I'm looking for another way to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that I sit and I just watch TV. And even if I'm watching something on like Netflix, it's for content. You feel me? You know what I mean? If you want to sit around and do nothing, it's your life, man. Do what you want to do.
I feel like I'm about to say something.
Don't start complaining. Don't be complaining that you can't get something done, because I'm gonna tell you, well, how much time did you put into it? You know what I mean? When you came home, did you rush to the Xbox to just play all night?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Are you okay with going to work and working 8 hours and then you come home and you just sit on your ass? Like, there ain't nothing wrong with having a job, but like when you come home, do something that benefits you. Do something that's going to make you money instantly. You out helping someone else create their dream. You helping someone else further their business. But when you get home, you want to sit on your ass and you don't want to further yourself and your business.
So I'm about to say something. I'm about to say something that's going to hurt some feelings, maybe. But I think this might be some real shit right here that just came in my head.
You know what? Sometimes you got to hurt feelings, man.
So all right,
sometimes you just got to hurt feelings for motherfuckers for it to click.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Salutes to DM, man. DM said, "Hey, man, we got the right. We got the right lazy. I guess we got the right to be lazy. Our ancestors worked.
Of course, 100. Anybody has the right to be lazy.
Our ancestors worked to build this country." That's what he said, okay? This is what I'm going to say to you, DM. There's a Lincoln out there whose grandfather built this country and that saved this country. That motherfucker named Lincoln on his last name, we not giving him no special privileges for what he did. At the end of the day, is that motherfucker named Lincoln that lives, there's a Lincoln out there whose great-great-grandfather was Abraham Lincoln, who would say was one of the best presidents ever. We're not going to treat him any way special, give him any sort of right, or give him anything, right? We have people that are our ancestors that built this country and did the same thing. I don't think we can really base upon what our ancestors did to how we should be treated. Because of how we live right now, we should not be treated a certain way because of how our ancestors, they did our ancestors wrong, so we need to be treated right. We should be treated based upon how we react to people in this world right now, us. The same way Abraham Lincoln, the guy, his grandson could be a total dick. We don't have to be nice to him because his great-grandfather was Abraham Lincoln that saved the country. We can't go based upon what happened in the past, man. Unfortunately, like, I understand those things and we want to respect those things, but the best way to live in that shadow and to further on the MLKs and the slaves and the stuff that people went through is to progress. That's the best way to do it. Not by talking about what they did. Because then all we doing is talking about, hey, Zay, remember back in the 90s, boy, we was killing it back then, boy.
Nah, and you know what? Let me tell you something. Those generation of people that went through that, that's a whole different conversation, man. If one of them people was on here,
it's different.
I'd be doing a whole lot of listening and no talking. Why? Because they went through that. You know what I'm saying? They lived through that time. The problem is if you sitting around and you talking about what happened with your ancestors, bruh, that's the laziness in you. You looking for an excuse. You feel me? You don't got the right to claim what your ancestors went through. That's what they went through, bruh. Respect it, acknowledge it, show it love and respect, of course, but progress forward.
Yeah.
Okay? Think about it like this. If your generation is constantly looking back at that, and the generation you create is constantly looking back at that, you're never going to progress, ever, bruh. You've already been programmed to lose. And you only know how to teach your children how to lose. And they're going to teach their children how to lose. And you're going to forever be losing, bruh. Unless you want to just cut that cycle and say, you know what? Okay, we might have taken a loss in these years in the past, but fuck that. We're going to step it up now. And we're going to create worth for the next people. You know what I'm saying? For my children to go forward, I'm going to create something that I got to dish to them. Fuck the fact that it didn't get dished to me. You know what? I'm gonna break that cycle. I'm gonna create some, and I'm gonna pass it to my little man, and let him take it forward. You can't constantly be like, oh, but you know, back in the day, the slave days. All right, cool, but guess what? I'm sorry to be the one to say you ain't a slave, bruh. Your ancestors was a slave, but you not a slave, bruh. So stop using their struggle as your excuse. To me, that's mad disrespectful, man.
Facts, and you would want to make them proud, if anything, you know what I'm saying?
Of
They went through
course,
that
like you want to
bullshit.
show them that, you know what, y'all went through some shit, but you know what, y'all passed the baton and we took that bitch further. And we showed the kids how to take it even further.
So my man King Kim said, "Damn, Tony, you just lost a supporter." So listen, if you want to take the link and explain to me what I said incorrect, I'll be glad to do so. But what I'm trying
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'll take this right here for you to take the link if you want to take it. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not ever disregarding what the people went through, what the ancestors went through. But like Zaya said, we can't sit and base that upon our lives.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry, bro. Like that's what your ancestors went through, bro, but that's not what you went through.
I'm
So
not
you using that, you just using that as an excuse, and you part of the lazy.
Yeah,
Tony,
that's
if
the
you
lazy.
don't mind, I want to talk on two sides of the spectrum.
Go ahead,
if you
Leo.
don't mind, bro.
Go ahead.
All right, so with the whole thing with a black man, the first spectrum. As a black man, first of all, I agree with 100% what the hell Zaya just said, man. Every single word that Zaya just said. But as a black man, I will say this, though. There are institutionalized systems in place where it makes it hard to be a black person, and you look for different avenues of approach. Now, do I say that that's lazy per se? No. Now, I say if you're looking for a handout, that's lazy. But I say if you're looking for a way to get ahead to be able to make yourself even, that's not lazy. It's just the fact that you have to be able to maneuver around the system. And Tony, you from Atlanta, you know how that works. You know that you got to hustle, you got to grind, you got to find all avenues of approach. If you ain't got a plan A, B, C, and D, you already behind, bro.
But Leo, you
can't
just said
have one avenue. That's like trying to drive down I-75. If you ain't got an alternate route to go down I-16 or some other route, bro, you can go ahead and call it a day.
But that's just what I said.
But the key thing
Leo,
you're saying
but Leo, what
is
you did,
taking action, bro. You're taking action, right?
Leo, what you just said.
You're saying,
well, I'm gonna say, Leo, what you just said though is working smarter.
Yeah,
getting ahead, trying to figure out an alternate route. There's no problem with getting ahead. That's working smarter, and that's the age we live in. I don't want to hear I walked from here to 10 miles to get there, and I'd be like, well, shit, I just took the bus there. Like, I'm not gonna salute you for walking 10 miles when I found a way to do it quicker and make the same amount. Damn, he's smart as fuck. That's smart. I'm looking at the smarter route. You know,
but people don't look at it that way. And this is the part that I have a problem with as a black man, because you got too many black people that rely on that. And like Zaya said, you got people that lean back and say, "Oh, it's because I'm black." Nah, it ain't because you black always, bro. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's because you ain't applying yourself and you feel like everything should be a handout because of what your ancestors went through. You not your ancestors. You're not in the position your ancestors was. And even if it is about race, guess what? It's gonna make my ass work 2 times harder. Because you know what? I'm gonna honor my ancestors. You're not gonna hold me down. At the end of the day, I'm be able to go home, put my head on the pillow, look up to the sky, and say, you know what? I did my family proud. But people don't look at it that way. Some people.
And imagine they went through all of that and you just wasting your life off of them reproducing you, and you just wasting that shit. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
what also,
because you want to wear J's and you want to look clean and shit, man. You just want to sit up here and get clout. Bro, go work your ass off. Go get a house. Go take care of your damn family. Go take care of your kids.
The craziest thing, and D'Anthony, you say you love. I love my ancestors though. Listen, I do too. Because listen, the thing is, as far as you go back, if you keep going back to your grandparents, you're gonna eventually find a grandparent that was a slave. And the fact is that when we live our lives, we don't remember when we're born. We just kind of life just happens, right? But when life has happened, you was living with your mom or your dad or both of them together in their own household that they owned or they lived at. The fact that we went from once being owned by a person to now where your parents have something that they own and we're free, that is an achievement within itself. So by you just demolishing and throwing that away, you're not doing anything. Think about how hard it had to be a slave and then be freed and then find a way in life in the new world. Think about it. If you're just no longer free, what's next? Where do you go? How do you move on with your life at that point? Like, that part is real, what I respect. That's some real strong shit, to be once owned by somebody and then being able to move on and be Like not knowing the world, the motherfuckers took you from one place, put you here, made you work, generation, and then you're free and you don't know shit. You don't know where you came from, nothing. But you're able to still progress and then be able to move ancestor from generation to generation to where now, Leo, like you said, I mean, all we know is we were born and we lived in a household, like with our parents. We weren't owned by nothing. So we have to continue that path moving forward. And being lazy, the people that want our ancestors that were once slaves and free, they were never lazy. There's no way in hell that they were fucking lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Tony, I want to speak on something that's probably gonna piss a lot of people off with me,
Feel
man.
free, man. I mean,
And I ain't trying to lose subscribers
I
to
already
nothing
got
else.
one left. Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet right now because King Cam might be gone. But go ahead.
So this is how I feel about that whole thing with the whole color thing. I don't think it's a color thing, bro. And this is coming from somebody, like I said, man, growing up in Germany. I live in Korea now, man. I got Korean family and all this other stuff, man. I will tell you, Americans are more lazy than any other nation that I've seen. And it's not because necessarily Americans don't want to work hard. It's just because Americans don't understand that the government gives them so many damn handouts, man. All these damn stimulus checks. You think these other countries getting their stimulus checks like this? Yeah, there are some that's getting them. But at the same time, if those other countries relied on the stimulus checks, bro, they'd never get anywhere. Unemployment is non-existent in some places, bro. I can walk outside my door right now in Korea, bro. There's an 80-year-old woman that's carrying a cart with her back damn near broke to the point where she can't stand up straight, bro. But you know what? She's out there every damn day. You know what she's doing? She's picking up cardboard boxes and trash on the side of the road because she's trying to make a better life for her and her family. I'm just saying, man, it's like Americans get all these stimulus checks, get all these handouts, but then complain and say, oh, the government ain't doing nothing for me. Go take your ass to another country and see how they live and tell me how nice do you have it. Because there's people over here that's 80, 90 years old that's still working and they can barely do anything. But you know what? They doing something to try to make themselves ahead. Trying to find an 80 or 90-year-old in the States that's doing it.
Can't blame nobody but yourself, yo. You feel what I'm saying? For your actions, bro. Like, I live in Baltimore City. I live in the trenches. You feel me? Like, I'm in the trenches, but I don't live like I'm in the trenches. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have to live, you know what I'm saying? Like, based on your surroundings and shit. Just because you live in the hood, my nigga, don't mean you gotta act a certain way or you gotta live a certain way. You dig what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't have nobody to blame but themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I came
But
out.
some people treat it like that, man. They think, oh, because I live in the hood, I gotta live like this my whole life. No, get your ass up and do something, bro.
Exactly. Stop blaming other motherfuckers. Get out there, learn some shit.
Zay, are you going live at 9?
What's up?
You going live at 9 or you gonna wait for Troll to finish?
Nah, I was gonna wait for Troll. It's the weekend. I'll go late. I don't care.
All right, cool.
Let me drop 2 things because I got a dip though. But
right.
Real quick, first part is as far as the people talking about ancestors, man, just ask yourself this. More than likely that ancestor has passed away, right? But if they was here, you think they would be telling you to just conform? You think they would tell you? Do you think they'd be telling you, "Oh, don't worry, baby, I went through all that shit. You just sit on your ass. Don't worry about it." Nah, they'd be telling you, "No, push forward. Do what I couldn't do." You know what I'm saying? So before you go using the ancestor part, just make sure that you speaking properly for your ancestors because they would never, at least in my opinion, be promoting for you to just sit on your ass and be making up excuses. That's part 1, right? Part 2 is life itself is a rat race, bro. All right. It's like the little rat that's in the maze and the cheese is at the end. All right. So you telling me if someone cuts off your path, you gonna starve? You ain't gonna figure out another way to get to the cheese? And shit, if you can't figure out another way to get to the cheese, you telling me you ain't just gonna hop up on top of that bitch and just get out the maze? I'm just saying, bro, there's some people out there that you put a little door in front of them and they just willing to starve. And I'm not one of them people, bro. I'm either going to break this motherfucker down. I'm going to find another way, but I'm going to get to that cheese. And nobody's going to stop me from getting there. If anyone's going to stop me from getting there, it's going to be me. You feel me? Salute to all y'all boys, man. All right?
Peace out, bro.
Peace out, bro. Be easy.
One thing I'll say definitely too, like kind of to tag on what Zay was saying, like at the end of the day, if MLK was still alive, like a lot of this shit MLK wanted to happen in I Have a Dream, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that shit he wanted to see, a lot of that stuff has happened, but I don't think if MLK was here, he'd be like, all right, I'm done now. He would have been making some new shit. Like it'd be so much more shit that Martin Luther King would have added on or wanted to see and continue to push forward. So like, yeah, I don't think that this shit's ever something that's like one type of satisfaction. This is a continuous of everything, a growth for everybody, man.
Speaking of that slave shit, and I'm gonna get out of here, bro. Nobody was fucking around, fucking all them thousands or hundreds of years ago when them fucking slaves, though, like nobody know what the fuck they might think of what we doing now, or nobody fucking knows, bro. You feel me? And to be honest, it was thousands of them. You feel me? Like they could have revoked. Look, they ain't had to be fucking slaves. You feel me? But look, check this out. I'm gonna get out of here. Sneaker Rehab TV. You feel me? Yeah, holla.
I appreciate it, bro.
Tony.
All right.
Yeah, Tony, I feel like us as a race, as black people, man, we hold ourselves back ultimately, man. That's the biggest problem, honestly.
No, but the thing is, I do feel like ever since the internet's been changing, a lot of people have been more sensitive. A lot of shit's been more Me Too's, cancellations, everything. Yeah. During this whole situation, I have felt like black people have been coming more aware, more awake. I feel like out of that whole weird shit, like everything that's been going on, I feel like that black people have been more aware. More black people are holding other black people accountable, and more black people are arguing with one another. You got one side that's pro-black and one side that's pro-black, but they're pro-black on blaming, ourselves along with what's going on, not just blaming society. So I think that's a good start. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, I'm not here to ignore the fuck shit that goes on. I'm just here to, like I said, talk about the solutions. And I don't think that the solution is going to be anything that the government has to offer. I don't think there's nothing that Biden can do for us. There's nothing that you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't sit here, asking for justice for police killings and then we're killing one another. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to do a lot of other things to be able to get that. Like, it's just, I feel like we have a lot to work on, but we're starting to acknowledge that. Shout out to Chilltown in the chat. I'm gonna get to that. Don't know, but I love that. I love that. It's making me. I've been awakened because I've been someone, like I said. Tommy Sotomayor was in the building. I've been listening to him as well. I listen to his stuff. Some of his stuff is very controversial to some people, but there's a lot of things he says that, like I said, like, I was a person that once felt like, I had to deal with shit a certain way. I don't want no one else to deal with that. But now I somewhat think like maybe people should deal with what I deal with, because what I dealt with made me who I am, and who I am is not, I don't feel like it's a bad person. I feel like if you give people what I didn't have, maybe they might not strive to reach the next step. So it's like those type of things I start questioning about, you know what I'm saying? I once was a person, I guess I would say I was more of a Democratic, now I'm more of an independent, because I can see things from a Republican standpoint and from a Democratic standpoint. Like, I don't think of Republicans just as racist. I feel like there's a balance with everything. Giving too much is not always good. So it's, I don't know. I feel like we're all kind of awaking in some sort of a way,
And that's what I'm saying, Tony. It's all about what you're teaching your kids and what you're passing down to the next generation. Because if you ain't passing shit down, they just gonna go off of what the next motherfucker said, and then you got to break the mindset.
No Limit.
I'm sorry.
Well, No Limit said everyone's not rich like you, Tony. First of all, I'm not rich, and second of all, I was once broke poor. I didn't get there. I'm not rich, first of all, but I didn't get to where I'm at by any sort of pop. I had to work to get to that. And that same type of 24 hours that it took for me to get there every day, you have that same opportunity. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get from A to B by anything that the government's going to sprinkle in there with you. You're going to get that from within. And that's what I'm trying to say.
But that's the problem right there, Tony. Like what No Limit just said, bro. He's talking about, oh, not everybody's rich like you, Tony. Okay, reality of the situation. Tony wasn't always rich. Tony ain't rich right now.
Yeah.
Tony's well off, but Tony ain't rich.
Yeah.
But he's always trying to find an excuse, man. Always. You want somebody to be in the same position as you with the same wages, same salary. Bro, you're never going to find it. Stop making excuses, man. At the end of the day, look at what Tony came from. Go back and look at them old Tony videos. I was a subscriber.
Yeah.
I was a supporter.
Yeah.
Go look at them old Tony videos where he used to draw the damn line or put the tape on the ground to know where to step that had an on-foot video. And now look at Tony's 4K videos. And tell me, did Tony not work his ass off to get where he's at?
No Limit. As far as reparations, I don't know. I'm just going to say, is reparations going to change your life? Is reparations going to make motherfuckers do totally different? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm looking at the stimulus shit, and I'm saying I know it's 600. I don't know what a reparation amount for you that would make you feel good, but at the end of the day, it's more so is if we get those reparations, what we talked about earlier, is motherfuckers gonna spend the money the right way. We don't like as a whole. We gonna go buy stupid shit with it. So I don't really know. You know.
What's go?
Hey, people gonna hate what I'm gonna say, but why do we as black people, right? Why do we as black people need a reparations check? We're not the only ones that was enslaved. Why?
True.
I was in Germany. I lived in Germany. I grew up in Germany. Did you see the Jewish people asking for a damn reparations check?
This is true.
I mean,
why do we
But
need
the
one? Why
reality-
can't you work your ass off to get to where you need to be and stop asking for a damn handout?
I think the other problem, in addition to what all you guys said, people want instant gratification. They don't understand the concept that they need to work their tails off to make it. That 10x energy. They don't understand that. Instant gratification isn't a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just get $1 million dropped on your head. Like, you have to work for it.
Trust
It's that
me.
simple.
You see the motherfuckers that get that instant gratification. You get the motherfuckers who be doing the jugging and finessing. The money that they get fast, they spend it fast. It's all in and out. So if you got $1 million drop in your head, you're not gonna hold on to it that much longer, bro. Trust me. It's gone.
Bro, they can't even hold on to a damn stimulus check. You
That's
think they
what
gonna
I'm
hold on to $1 million?
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. So, you know, it is what it is. I mean, hey, no limit. I understand you make 24 hours. You talking about other people. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and say we don't deserve reparations or that. I just don't think that. I don't think your path to success has anything to do with anything outside of yourself. Right now, at least. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have obstacles that won't have nothing to do. You'll have obstacles within yourself and obstacles within the government or some maybe you have to take loopholes to get to that restaurant you want to do. But at the end of the day, like there's nothing that the government's gonna give you money wise that's gonna change your fucking life. And I was able to go do this and this and that because I was given this. Like it's just that's just not the case. I don't believe in that at least. So you know it is what it is. Dot B, what's good, brother? I missed you earlier.
Yeah, it's all good, brother. I was doing the daddy thing. There were so many points I wanted to touch, but I guess I'll begin with this. Like, even with speaking on the reparations, they still have to like do a lot of research with in the history itself for the reparations, because in the beginning it was 40 acres and a mule, right?
Yeah.
Which was supposed to be given as a reparation, but now they also don't understand that when a lot of the slaves were freed, some black people became slave owners themselves. So they have conflict with that issue too. So there's just a lot of conflict with that as far as how that should be handled and who should get what or whatever the case may be. But even from that, I just wanted to say, like, the problem with men in general in society right now is that they feel entitled. A lot of men feel entitled, or people in general. Let's just not put men, but mostly men. They feel entitled because we are the providers of society. We built this. We built the world that we live in. We do the jobs that nobody wants to do. You know what I mean. So a lot of men, they feel entitled, and they're like, "Well, I should have gotten that promotion, or I should have gotten this." No, buddy, that's not how it works. Like, you got to put in the work, and just like like all you guys came up from the mud, like we all came up from the mud. Like I wasn't, I had to go to school for my trade. I had to go and earn that. You know what I mean? Now I'm learning about real estate and I'm learning about all that other stuff. Like, now I actually just networked with somebody yesterday to partner up on flipping a house. Like, you have to network, you have to talk to people. You can't be afraid. And that's another problem. People are afraid to take losses, but they don't realize that Steve Jobs had to go and talk to a homeboy from Microsoft and told him, "Yo, I need you so I can get this iPhone popping." People didn't know that. Like, Samsung makes iPhone screens, bro. Like, that's networking. Steve Jobs never gave up on that opportunity. So he had to humble himself and go over there and say, "Bro, I need you. Like, I know I'm your competitor, but help me out." So, like, you can't be afraid to take losses. You gotta, you know what I mean? Just like when some of you guys started YouTube, like, you started from the bottom. Like, you said it yourself, like, "Yo, I started doing UAs, this, that, and the third." And now, like, look what you've got, what, 2 or 3 channels? You know what I mean? You got a whole clothing company. You network with Bull. Now you guys doing the thing. Like, people are afraid to take risks, and on top of being afraid to take risks, they feel entitled. They feel like the world owes them something. Nobody
No.
owes you anything, man. You got to get out there and get it out the mud and do what you got to. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do to feed your family. It's a survival mentality, especially now in this day and age that we're living. When you don't know if you're gonna have a job when you come, you know what I mean? When you come back, you know, you wake up in the morning, yo, you could be out of a job, bro. Like it's that simple.
Let me put it this way. Look, because No Limit and them talking about in the chat how, you know, Indians, they got the casinos and Jewish got paid back from the Germans and all that. The casino part I did hear about. I didn't hear about the Jewish. At the end of the day, reparations, like I stated before, if it wants to happen, if it happens, so be it, right? But I'm not gonna sit and wait, and that's my main part. I'm not finna sit and wait about it.
Right.
We can talk about it.
Ours.
We can talk about it all day. We can talk about it now. If y'all want, like, hey, because at the end of the day, if reparations comes, it's free money for Z. Z will get money. Leo will get money. Dre's gonna get money. I don't know if they'll give it to half, you know, me. Or maybe I'll get some bread. I'll probably get some. Hey, it is what it is. We'll take it. But I'm not gonna sit there and wait. Like, okay, as soon as I get that motherfucking reparations, my nigga, I'm about to go drop this. Boy, shit, I got it. Like, no, it's not gonna. When that shit comes, it ain't finna do nothing different for me because I already got what I got going on. The 60K might come in, 100K, whatever the fuck that want to get me. That shit gonna go towards whatever. Like, it's not gonna make anything different for me. I mean, you could do a lot with 60K. Don't get me wrong. You could start a whole new business with it. You could have invested into some stocks or invested into something like that. Who knows how people are gonna spend that money? But do you honestly believe if they gave you that money that everything will be just done now? I don't think you can pay back slavery with money. I just don't think that can be done. That's
No.
100.
No,
Why we keep putting a price on our head, man? That's what I don't understand. Why are we putting a price on our head? I don't want no damn money. Give me my equality. Give me equal opportunity. That's all I want, bro. I don't want no damn money. You know what? Because at the end of the day, you're probably gonna tax the shit out of me, or you're gonna find some other way to finesse the shit out of me, bro. Give me my equality. Make shit equal across the board, bro. And then they talking about this shit with the payout of the Jews. Don't even get me started with that whole scenario, bro. Don't even get me started. Because at the end of the day, that was a goddamn genocide. So you think a dollar amount is gonna make that shit better? No, bro. Stop talking about money. Go fight for your damn equality. Get your ass out there on the corner and say, you know what? I'm gonna work my ass off and I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get this damn money and stop asking for it.
Well, Slim Cutter, I agree with you on that part. He said isn't it all about money? It can be free land, education. Just because some of us got it doesn't mean for all. I mean, I like that free education, scholarships, and invested into scholarship funds, invested into land to put some sort of more YMCA's, more corporations that can help kids and stuff like that. Like, I mean, that I love that even more. You know, upgrading the land.
That's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be 40 acres in the mule. That's like that's real. That's history. That does not change. That is 100% what the reparations were going to be. It was going to be 40 acres in a mule. Why 40 acres? Because land is valuable. And the mule, well, back in the day, the mule was gonna, farm the land and all that. But they can change it to what, 40 acres and whatever, a car, 40 acres and you know what I mean, like whatever.
Yeah,
they seem fit for the time that we're in.
Because let's put it this way, and don't misconstrue this, chat, but just pay attention. If someone comes to you on the street and they're like, hey, and they look like they might have been on drugs or something, do you want to give them $10, or would you rather take them to the Subway across the street and get them something to eat? And they come in and say, I'm hungry. Can you give me some money? Because I've seen motherfuckers, you give them $10 and they go to the liquor store and go and buy that motherfucking liquor for the night. But they telling you they hungry. When I could just take you and get you a good ass meal or whatever the fuck you need right then. So I look at it that way. I'd rather motherfucking go and build a couple of schools or something than just, hey, here's money. Money. There, do that. Like, come on, bro. Being 100, bro.
I agree with you, Tony, with the whole thing with the free land and the education and everything. But now I'm gonna play devil's advocate because there's always got to be the other side of the table, man.
That's fine.
So my question is education not free already? Do you not just have to work your ass off to go get a full ride? Yeah, we know there'd be expenses attached to it, but isn't that equality? Isn't it saying that, okay, I'm not gonna give you everything as a handout, but I'm gonna make sure how can I
Hey,
say,
Will,
equal
hold on. Will,
across the board.
We're not gonna do this, Will. Will, take the link. If we're crazy, if we don't make sense, take the link so that a person that makes sense can come and talk. Okay?
Exactly. I
Take the
want my
link
ass up
because
at 8 o'clock in the
I
morning, bro.
wanna hear the sense part then. Because I
Well, come
hate
up and talk.
this.
Come on,
If
Will.
you think it's a wrong thing, don't disagree with us in the chat because we ain't talking like we having a discussion. Take the link and tell us how we tripping and how we're wrong because that is very important. Maybe someone needs to hear what you got to say. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't making the solution. If you want to be someone that's making a change in this shit like we're talking, come and take the link so your voice can be heard. That's the perfect example of what I said. We have a lot of times where we like to talk about the problem, but we don't want to give out any sort of reasons on the solution. Tell us the solutions.
And
It
that's what
ain't
I was
too
gonna
hard, bro.
say.
Hey,
Will,
hey,
come up,
Tony, hit me up
bro.
in the chat. Told me to get on, man. It's 8 o'clock in the
Yes.
morning in Korea, bro. I woke my ass up. Get your ass on the link, bro.
So, Leo, back to what you were saying about devil's advocate. King
Yeah.
Kemp.
So I mean, going into that whole thing, man. Like, I mean, for me, we're talking about equality. We say we want equality. So why would I say, okay, give me full ride, give me everything, give me student house, give me feeding, the ration for free. At the same time, I would say, okay, give me an opportunity to be equal with you because of your skin color. Education is free, bro. It's easy. All you gotta do is apply yourself. I don't think somebody who should just get a damn a college scholarship to go to college just because of their color of their skin. Because the reality of the situation is, if I went to every black person in the hood and I gave them a damn scholarship, how many of you think it's actually gonna go to class, one, and then apply themselves in class? You have to have that drive. Education is free already, bro. It ain't no different from me with soldiers and with my employees now. My employees come to me and they say, hey, I don't know where this at. I tell them first thing, go look at the regulation. Second of all, and it's crazy, it's 2021. Go look on Google. Go Google that shit, because you can find everything on Google.
So hold on, one thing. King Cam, is this you? I want to confirm this is you, King Cam. This is the guy that said he lost a supporter. This is King Cam right here.
It's me.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. We have a lady in the building. So okay. I wanted to make sure everything was good for. I don't know if it was a troll or not. We can get to that part. We'll get to King Cam. But Leo, so you're saying isn't education already free? Education is already free from the standpoint. I mean, like the general, K through 12. Someone said that they thought I was a Republican, right? And I mean, like one thing I think I would love for college to be fully free. At least to an associate's or something like that. Like I wanted to extend a little bit into public, like community college. I would like for that to be free as well.
So let me ask you a question, Tony.
Yeah.
For the people that saying education ain't free, how much research are they actually doing? Because here's the reality of the situation.
We pay it in taxes.
Did you know that you as a U.S. citizen, if you decide that you want to hop your ass and go to Germany to go to college, that shit's free. They pay for you, full.
Because of the English
because
student?
you're coming from the States.
Because you can, would you have to teach English or something or what?
No, hell no. You go there, go to school. You're a student.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the
Exactly.
same.
People
It's the
don't do the
same as
research.
like when a foreign student comes to the United States, it's the same thing. They have the opportunity to go to school for free or whatever, free education.
Foreign abroad,
Exactly.
the foreign
And,
abroad shit, or study abroad, or what is it? Or are you going to that?
Study-
Are you going to a university in the States and getting sent? Or are you going to a university in that country?
No, you go to a university in that college, in that country. You can literally go online. Like right now, I'll tell you, like, you see me wearing a Bayern Munich jersey for the people that know football. If you go Google right now, Munich and colleges, universities, or whatever, there's one right now, Munich Institute of Technology. If you decide that you want to go to Munich, Germany, to be a college student, you can get the fucking tuition free, bro. But people don't look at that.
People are too scared to take.
I mean, I
didn't.
didn't. Shit,
This little bit of this little box.
Shit, I didn't know about that.
Right,
I mean, so I can't even blame.
well,
I didn't
the
know
problem-
shit.
But it's research.
aren't-
Now, the only thing,
Right.
the only caveat, though, and it's the only caveat that comes with it, is that you have to be able to supply yourself with room and board, or to be able to pay off a doggone lease. But at the same time, room and board for a student that's coming abroad is cheaper. It's way cheaper, bro, and it's cheaper than what you pay in the States. But people don't look at that. You even get a free Metro card to take taxis and buses, bro. And I know because I did the damn research. As me being a German student at the time, I was looking, hey, I got American students here. I wonder how much they paid to get here. And that's when I started doing the background research and I started going down that rabbit hole to find the answers.
Okay,
But
well,
people don't do the research.
one thing that Dahlin said and Davy Jones also said, though, is I respect that and I get that too. I get it. I like it. I didn't know about it, but they did have a good devil's advocate to that. Not everybody wants to go to Germany. You know,
you don't have to go to Germany. Go to other countries.
Well, I mean, even Germany though. Like, if I'm in Georgia, I might. Why have to do that when I can just go to Georgia? Why not offer that at Georgia State? You know, Georgia State University or UGA. You know, like those things being in that local where you don't have to go so far just to get that degree. You know what I'm saying?
But I'll ask you, how many people applying themselves right now in their local high schools to go to a local damn university?
Well, definitely that. Like, one thing I won't say is you can't. One thing I won't say is lower the entrance on how to get in those colleges. But if you were able to get your GPA to that, if we could get some sort of free education for that, I am for that. But like, I wouldn't say like once it was a 3.0, now you got to get a fucking 2.0 to get in there. Like, I wouldn't say that. But I would say if you can get a 3.0 and get into that school, then education be free for up to an associate's or a bachelor's or something like that. I like that. Like, I'm for,
no doubt.
I'm for free education. Oh, I'm for free healthcare as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just at the same time, like, I'm so like, bro, I just remember just going through that situation and it was like fucked up because my mom didn't have insurance and I couldn't be on her insurance. So I had no insurance. I didn't have that 27 or whatever the fuck, 20, be on your parents' insurance to 24. Like, it's a lot of things that, with insurance and healthcare, like those are two really weird situations with me in general, private insurance and all that. But I do want to ask, because Cam is here, I wanted her to speak on why I lost her today. Or if I still did. I don't know if it changed, but she's here now. Cam, you're muted right now.
My bad. I'm
good.
just throwing this shit out.
You good.
But I mean, definitely felt like there was a lot of like almost anti-black rhetoric being spewed a little bit. Like, I feel like, not everybody's born or awarded the opportunity to have parents who are savvy enough to set them up for the future. And that stems like generations back. So, y'all might think like slavery is not a factor, but that shit still trickles down, generations and generations after. So I definitely don't think it's like that cut and dry or that simple that, niggas is lazy. Wait, can I say niggas? Niggas is lazy. That's not factual. Like, we're not all like put in a situation or position to be successful in the way that we'd hope to be. So, like niggas who get arrested or, people who, had a hard time in life. Like, they might be put in a situation where, they could have been working towards a degree or something. They get arrested, they get out, they got nothing. They got to start over. They can't get a job. They can't, they can't advance because of the way like this shit set up, like from the government, like, like it's systemic, like roadblocks, you know what I mean? And you can work hard and you can, put in all that work, but that doesn't necessarily like afford you the opportunity that like maybe like a white person or a black person who was, who had like generations of families that, set them up type shit,
Well, when I said what I said and I saw what you responded to, I thought you were responding to what I said about the Abraham Lincoln and then the slavery part. Now,
oh yeah, shit, that too. Like, Abraham Lincoln had slaves for sure. Like, even after he abolished it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But me personally, like, I'm not saying that Abraham Lincoln was the best president because he did not free the slaves because he thought it was wrong. He freed the slaves for a whole other reason. But what I was trying to say is that, let's say, Cam, that your grandfather was a horrible person. I'm not going to base you upon that. So anybody who's a Lincoln in that family is not going to treat that person who is now, say it's Abraham Lincoln the 10th. They're not going to treat him. They're not like, we don't even know about a Lincoln family now that goes back towards, the president Abraham Lincoln. I'm not going to treat him any type of different way because of something his grandfather did. So what I'm trying to say is somebody was saying we got the right to be lazy because our ancestors did all the work. I just don't agree with that. I don't think that you agree with that, do you? Do you feel,
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So
Like,
that's what I was saying is that your grandfather could have built the whole railroad. That doesn't mean that gives you the right or even me the right. If my grandfather did it, for us to sit back and just be like, shit, I goddamn need some money because my grandfather built this shit. Like, that's just not how it works. There's a lot of motherfuckers that did stuff and then not got paid. Zaya, that was up here, he told us a story where his grandfather was the one that came up with Nike Air. And his family ain't never got paid for that shit. Or his family was the one that put air into a basketball shoe, like into a sole. So it's like I can't really ever agree with like how the way we should act is, or we should be able to be lazy or be a certain way because of what someone else did. That's where I didn't agree with it. Now, as far as someone acting a certain way because of how they were raised, and how they were raised is based upon where they grew up, and how they grew up was dictated around the way the government or how the environment was, like all that stuff, like I understand that. At the same time, we know a lot of people that was raised in those situations that made it out as well. So we can't just say that everybody that's born in that way is doomed either. So it's like at the same time, it's like, are we gonna put some responsibility on it? Or are we just gonna are we gonna accept like, man, hey, he was born in the hood, you know, he ended up killing somebody, man. It is what it is. Like, what can we expect in a fucked up situation? Until we start holding ourselves accountable and are putting ourselves and holding ourselves to a responsibility, we're not gonna ever feel pressure to do better. That's how I feel. Like, if we are always told it's okay, baby, it's okay, baby, it's okay, baby, you grew up in the hood, like you grew up with nothing, you ended up robbing somebody, it's okay, baby, because that's how you grew up. Like, we're never gonna feel that feeling of like trying to do better, because we're always gonna feel like it's okay, we grew up this way, so it's okay to think that way. And I feel like once we start holding ourselves accountable and making it feel like it's not okay, then we'll strive to do better.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, we got a lot of work to do. We got a long way to go, type shit. But we definitely are at a disadvantage than our like white counterparts, or even like, somebody brought up like the Jewish people or whatever. Like, yeah, they were enslaved. They had a fucking hard time, but they're white. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were already like, just based off of their skin color, they're like set up in a way that like we can't just be perceived as, oh, that might be an intelligent person because we're black. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are at a disadvantage just already, just being melanated. And
King Cam, I think everybody on this panel agrees that we're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I think the point that we're trying to get across is that we need to hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
So I'm slightly confused when you say, oh, we're speaking anti-black rhetoric when we're trying to hold ourselves accountable to be great. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just confused by the anti-black like rhetoric comment.
Well, one thing I will say, my whole life, right, and like until recently, I have seen where we have always kind of tried to like explain why it's okay. Isn't it until recently where we are blaming ourselves for situations? We are throwing accountability on ourselves for those situations. There's not many black people that are doing that. So when you see someone do that, it does make people feel some type of way. Like, what the fuck you mean, bro? Like, are you against us? But it's not like we're against us. We're just holding an accountability that really was never there. Like, we've always been on the side of where we had somebody, it's okay, like patting and rubbing. I'm not ignoring the shit that's obvious. I'm not ignoring that you got to work 10 times harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not ignoring none of that. But what I am saying is I am at the same time holding accountability for the things that I could do better at, or we could do better at. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost, bro, it's been to the point where black people have said, like, I'm black, I can't be racist. We've almost been told so many things before, so much shit, that it's almost like we have allowed ourselves to be pretty much do we don't feel like there is anything wrong we can do. And I feel like there is wrongs that we can do. There's things that we can do better. And
see, that's the thing, because reverse racism is a thing, bro. Reverse racism is a big thing these days.
This is true.
Why is there a comparison though? Like, I feel like that's the problem that people have. It's too much of a comparison between what I have and what somebody else have, what somebody else doing to what I'm doing. Like, I have to be comfortable with my own life and what I have going on. Like, I'm not expecting to have a Lamborghini. I'm not expecting to have all this extra stuff. So it doesn't matter if, oh, Joe Blow over here has an advantage at getting a Lamborghini than I do, because I'm not trying to get a Lamborghini. Like, I'm comfortable being on the south side of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? With the homies having fun the way I have fun. Like, folk gotta stop comparing their situations to somebody else's situation.
Facts, because there has been people that, you know what I'm saying, like, for instance, for myself, man, I've been arrested many times before, you know what I'm saying? I done some fucked up shit, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I put myself in a position to win. Like, I wasn't gonna let that stop me, bro. I was gonna try to figure out how can I overcome that? How can I make my credentials so stacked up that this person, that this employer can't say no, or they can try to say, let me roll the dice on him, because like I'm in that situation right now. I'm the only black person that work in my job inside a laboratory, mixing up chemicals with you know what I'm saying, being a lab technician, R&D bench chemist, whatever you want to call the position. But you know what I'm saying, I had to learn those things. I had to put myself in a position, and they know what's going on now. What they doing, they rocking kicks with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm teaching them the comfortability of a boost, you know what I'm saying? They understanding the culture, they understanding the pain that I went through, the mud that I went through, and they know it's fucked up, you know what I'm saying? You start changing their minds a little bit when you start telling them you come up, you know what I'm saying? And now you're starting to make a difference on how they look at us, or how they, you know what I'm saying, view us and stuff like that. And you start making friends, networking, and then you might make a change in somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about what you putting out there after you went through that mud. Is you gonna let that stop you, or you gonna be like, all right, let me just figure this shit out, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna take time. Nothing happens overnight. You know what I mean? For anybody that's listening, nothing happens overnight. You have to put that work in, bro.
So I want to say though, I mean, hopefully, like, hey Cam, I appreciate you coming up here, and I still want to hear from you too. So you know, I just want to say I appreciate you coming up here, at least speaking on it, like, and coming up on here, panel full of men, and you know, speaking that shit. I do want you to understand, like, I have older brothers that exactly what you just said, everything you were telling me. They did all that, went to jail and all that shit. Like, my brother's got a fucking photo album in DeKalb County, like 2 of them, and another one as well. But he got one in DeKalb in Atlanta, you know. And they didn't stop going there because of anything that was given to them. They stopped going there because they grew up. They gained knowledge and they changed themselves, not because of anything within the system actually changed. But we know the system hasn't changed. So it's like we just as a whole have to adapt. Like we can. I'm cool with praising change and wanting change and trying to force change at the end of the day. But at the same time, I think I feel like my brothers held themselves accountable at some point, and that allowed them to stop what they was doing, getting themselves fucked up and getting themselves locked up pretty much once a year. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never gonna go against black people at the end of the day, because like I said, I know where my family comes from, where I came from. I know where I once at and where I once was. I do know though a lot of the things and a lot of the factors that helped me get to where I was had nothing to do with what made me get to where I was, had nothing to do with my skin color. It had more so to do with what I did every single day waking up, like what my mind was about. Because at the end of the day, if it has something to do with my skin color, I best believe I feel like if I was just straight up white, I probably would have more subscribers. Cause there's only one black YouTuber that got 1 million subscribers, and it took him a fucking long time to get that. You know what I'm saying? Bull barely fucking about to crack that shit. So at the end of the day, like, I never try to blame it on that, but I ain't gonna deny it or act like it's not there, you know?
Facts.
But Cam, I don't know if you want to say anything else, or you just fucking voice.
I'm eating right now. Just to circle back to the like minimum wage increasing.
Yeah.
I worked a job as a hostess for this really prestigious restaurant owned by a billionaire. I was making $16 an hour. And when I tell you, like, I could not get by, like, it's either like, you know, you like pay a bill or you like get some sneakers, you know. And I know that's not like a necessity type shit, but like, you know, I'm trying to build and, you know, put myself in a position like where you are. You know, I want to build and be on YouTube as well, because like it's a passion of mine, and I feel like I'd be great at it. And I want to see more like women representation, right? So the COVID shit, you know, kind of fucked shit up. But you know, like improving the fucking minimum wage to 15, like that's not necessarily a livable wage. I mean, I live in Dallas, Texas. And the cost of living is skyrocketing. Like it's going up every single day. And our homeless population is increasing every single day. And I just feel like, damn, why can't, you know, we have, you know, a universal like situation where everybody's like, at least you got 3 hots in a cot, but you're not in jail. Like you got a studio apartment type shit, and you have everything you need to survive. Okay, water, food, electricity. Whether or not, like, you know, we employ these people, like we can do that shit like within the community type shit, you know, have them cleaning up the community, like getting people who are at a disadvantage for whatever reason, like improving their lives. Like I'm so sick of that shit. Like I worked 2 jobs. I was making $16 an hour at both jobs, and I still was barely making it. You know what I'm saying? Like rent is constantly going up, like every fucking 3 months in Dallas. So it's ridiculous. If I can't like sustain myself hardly with 1 job getting paid $16 an hour and barely with 2 jobs, like how can you expect, like, you know, people are saying that 15 is too much for Mississippi versus California. Like that's absurd.
Well, this has been my whole thing about my whole thing about it. It's not about getting paid more. It's more so with me about what happens next. If you're getting paid more and then it increases then the products that are being sold, then I don't find the benefit. So my main thing is figuring out how the fuck to get the increase but not increase everything else around the world. Because I don't feel like increasing the minimum wage is gonna just be it. I feel like you're gonna increase that and then it's gonna cause small business effects, prices of certain things. I feel like it's gonna cause a domino effect. So that's where I'm more so like, I'm for it if it doesn't affect other things. But if it's gonna make shit worse, then I wouldn't be for it. And like I said, so like I said, King, like I said, Cam, you was getting 16, right? Once that 15 comes, you're now poverty. You're getting government assisted. You're now become like how does like what's now gonna happen with that? Like how is Dallas gonna handle that? Are you gonna get that EBT or now everybody that was once getting $7 no longer getting that because now they're getting paid 15? Like it sounds good on paper, but I don't understand the full on like effect, and I don't feel as simple as increase it to 15 and then we're done. So that's where it's more so scary with me, and that's been my whole problem with the whole situation. Like now, if somebody can break the economics on how it won't affect, then I can understand it. Dallas is very similar to Georgia, where the prices are increasing. A lot of people are moving to Texas right now because the prices of the houses are $400,000, $300,000. You get you a fucking nice ass house. I've seen it all over, like all the time. So, and I think it's like in Arlington and shit though, but Texas is like that as well, where you can get some good ass houses. So I understand. But that's just been
you just made a very good point. You know, I didn't really kind of think about how it would affect, you know, just the things like you said, EBT, things like that. But I don't know, man. Like, I just don't believe that we should have to live in a place. And yes, it may be bad in other countries, but we don't have to be like that. Allegedly, we're like the best country in the world, as they say, or whatever. Like, why can't we just take care of our motherfucking people? And if niggas decide not to work, okay, then you can't afford luxury and things of that nature. But at least you got like a crib and you got water and you got food. Like,
if we could set some sort of price ceiling on certain products, like livable means, set a price ceiling on that to where then when we increase minimum wage, those prices cannot increase, that would make sense. But I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if you can make it to where milk can't be at a certain price without that causing some sort of shit or farmers going on strike or whatever. I don't know, like, but you know, I don't know if you could dictate the rent at a certain place, and that's just been my main thing the whole time.
And that's the problem. It's like it got fucked up where somebody decided to put a value on something. Once somebody decided to put a value on something, then create fucking coins and dollar bills, bro. That's when the world got fucked up. Because to be honest with you, if you take that shit away, with teamwork, you could still run this country without nothing. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just everything is free. Everything is fucking free. Like everything is fucking free. Just somebody put a value on it. So it fuck everything.
I just want people to not depend solely on their job and make efforts to educate themselves so that they can make money without depending on a job. That's all I want. And it's very doable because I've done it and I'm not the smartest person in the world. If I could do it, I swear to Jesus Christ, everybody else in this chat could do it. That's all I want to say. Good convo.
Hey, no limit.
Fellas. I got to be out.
All right, yeah, I'm about to wrap it up, but
Peace
no,
out.
but no
Yeah,
limit.
I'm about to get up out of here
All right,
too.
no
All right,
limit.
peace.
Peace.
Hey, before you go, Tony, I got
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I got you. But yo, no limit. You saying I'd rather make $7 an hour and get welfare, or make 15 hours an hour and get welfare? Who's to say if you get 15 that they're gonna offer welfare? They might say, shit, we giving you another double of what you're getting. Welfare is now being decreased. That's the point that we're trying to make. Y'all think it's as simple as an increase and that's it. Like, it's not going to be like that. What is it if you getting 10? If you got $10 an hour and you're not getting paid 15, right? Now you got $15. You're getting an extra $5. What if milk is $5 and it go to 10? That 5 you just got paid in extra is now going towards the additional price of milk increasing to 5 to 10. So you really ain't making no difference. That's what I'm trying to say. You think that you getting paid more is going to keep everything else. Everything else is going to increase. So the real money, it's really a facade at the end of the day. You are getting more, but you're spending more on shit that you was once paying less for. That's why I don't understand that price. Like, you might get paid more, but then gas might go up, and you're not really you're not benefiting like you think you was. So my thing is, I am cool with getting paid more if we can figure out a way where shit like that doesn't happen.
The motivation to be different. It's just like the shoe game with how you've been doing your lives about how folk been buying the shoes. If you had less shoes, more people want them. If people getting paid more and they could do more, then they gonna want to do less. It's just the system. They gotta have less people that are getting the things, so they work harder for the things that they don't have. They'll never make it to where you can, you know what I'm saying, make enough money to buy everything you want. Then everybody will chill. Like, the system gonna be like this. It's perfect. It's perfect the way it is. That's why I was saying people just gotta be comfortable with their own life and what they got going on. You might not be meant to have a Lamborghini. That's just what it is.
That's the scary part, but that's the truth part. Because at the end, you're not gonna find a country where maybe Dubai, but shit. Besides that, like, it ain't like the world where everybody driving Lamborghinis is just not. It's the world. The U.S. ain't built that way. It's fucked up. It's called capitalism. You got a rich, you got a poor. It is what it is. We had a middle class, and that's just getting destroyed. It doesn't really even exist at this point. You know, so I understand it, but at the same day, like, you ain't it. You take money away from the rich, they start doing fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? And they control all the market. They control all the jobs. And if you take money from them, they gonna do some shit where they gonna fuck it up for the people that's. They know how to manipulate it. It's all a manipulation. It's all a cycle. It's all take one thing, you lose another. You know, give one thing, you take another thing. It's just a back and forth. So, you know, I am cool with people getting paid more money, especially in Georgia. It's $7.25. That's double what they're getting paid. But I want to know what's going to happen. Am I now going to spend more money on milk? Am I now going to, you know, what's happening? Is the Uber fees going to be more now because, or you know, what is going to happen in return? And like I said, Walmart might not have no effect on it, but your local mom and pop shop or paint shop or whatever the fuck you go to, they not going to be there no more because they can't afford that shit. They can't compete with the customer. They can't compete with all that stuff. So, you know, those are the things that I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like from that standpoint. But I'm gonna.
Yeah, I just want to say one last piece before I get up out of here, Tony.
Yeah. Yep.
So for the whole thing with King Cam, first, I know your mic's muted and everything, but I wouldn't say something to you. First of all, I respect you taking that link and coming in here and talking to Tony. It's one thing to say, yeah, you lost a subscriber, back out, unsubscribe, all this other shit. But it's another thing to come in, have a direct conversation. That's how we progress as a society. You have to be able to talk. Not everybody's gonna see the same as us. You're gonna have different viewpoints, but that's beautiful. That's what made America. You know, Craig Hill, he came in here from the south side of Atlanta. He gonna have a different viewpoint from me. Tony got a different viewpoint from me in certain things. That's how we get ahead, though. We have these communication. We had this communication. We had these conversations, and we see it from different eyes. Now, I'll tell you from my eyes, right? And this is the last piece I'll say before I go, man. I grew up in Europe. You don't think I experienced racism? It was a different type of racism, but I still experienced racism. And then here's the thing. I came to the States, man. I got to Atlanta. Like I said, I was a black dude that couldn't speak fucking English, man. At the end of the day, I had to find a way. I had to make it work. I was getting racism from my own people. Cause I was that weird black dude on the side over there that, oh, that motherfucker can't speak
That's the
English.
same thing that happened to Kobe Bryant too. When he went to Philly from Italy and shit, he couldn't speak English. They were making fun of him and shit.
Exactly, man. Then also, like I said, man, I call this football. The other football I did play, right? I got a scholarship for that. But at the end of the day, it's all about having conversation. So when I did be able to have those communication skills to be able to talk to people, I was able to reason with them to give them that understanding that I have the same mindset as you. I have the same hurdles in life to go through as you. And at the end of the day, it doesn't define me as a person. Me and who I am mentally is who I am as a person. My daughter goes through it every day. And I actually feel sorry because my daughter has a harder struggle than me, but I'm proud as a father. My daughter's biracial. She's half Korean, she's half black. My daughter gets in front of Korean side. They think she's African. She gets in front of black side. They call her Asian. But at the end of the day, my daughter understands that, you know what, she's going to have to work 10 times harder. She's 7 years old. She came home to me. She said, Dad, I don't like Trump. I said, why? She said, because Trump's not supporting black people. I said, well, who told you that? And she said, no, I just see it. And it was something as small as the fact that she likes to do these little TikTok videos or whatever. My daughter was affected by that because of the whole thing where he was talking about taking TikTok away and all these other things. But then that's when my daughter started looking at it. She started seeing the George Floyd things that was going on. And my daughter was saying, okay, me as a black girl, I have to work hard to get by in society. A 7-year-old said that. And that's when I said, okay, you know what? I got to instill in my daughter that drive to be able to get ahead in society because of the fact that not only is she a black woman, she's an Asian woman. And it starts with that. You got to have that conversation, that understanding, that drive to get by. You can't just ask for handouts. You got to work hard. But how are we going to get ahead as a society? We got to have communication. We can't hold each other down. We all different. We all different. I lived in Atlanta, but I lived in a different part of Atlanta. Tony he lives up in the north. Craig down in the south. I spent time down in the south. I used to go to South Lake Mall and all these other places. But at the end of the day, it's communication, it's conversation. We got to be able to talk to each other, have reasoning, have understanding, and we got to progress together. And that's what sets us behind. If you want to say we're behind, because some people don't think we're behind, but us behind is black people. We have all the tools we need to be where we need to be in society. But it's the fact that you have to apply it and you have to come together. Because you look at these other racial groups, they together, man. If it's two white guys against a black guy, and they might not like each other, who do you think they're going to take? They're going to take each other, man. But we have to be able to support each other. So thank you for coming on here, Cam. I like that you came on here, had a conversation. Not everybody's going to see eye to eye with everything with everyone says, you know, but it's about having that conversation. So thank you, Tony, for the opportunity.
Always,
like I say, this early in the morning, man. I try to wake up. I appreciate this, man, and keep doing what you're doing. And everybody in the chat, you know, keep doing what you're doing, man.
All right. Craig or Cam, I don't know. Craig, you want to say something before you head out? I'll let Cam let you say something too. Hold on, I can't hear you. For some reason.
I got nothing to say. I just wanted to shed a little light on the.
It went blank again, Craig. Nah, I don't know. It's weird because I hear you now.
Okay.
I guess it's on the phone.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just wanted to get a common person opinion. You know what I'm saying? I ain't nobody. No, I personally don't feel like I'm at a disadvantage or any of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own person on my own. You know what I'm saying? My own strive in life. I got my own path. It ain't compared to nobody else's. The only person that could dictate how you feel about your life is you. If you happy with what you got going on and you could die happy on some shit, then, you know what I'm saying, you should be happy with your life. All that comparison ain't doing nothing but holding you back.
Another weird, and you said it too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not trying to be biased, but I do feel like in Atlanta, we have a good opportunity to make something shake out here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Compared to other places, people, I don't know if it's
people
the
that
South
got stuff going on with nothing. You know what I'm saying, out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
people know, like, you even with a pump fake, you
Prices
can
are
get somewhere.
increasing
So if you
how
feel
is
like
not
you at a disadvantage, then, you know what I'm saying, that's just you looking at your life and not being happy with your position. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff I wish I could do. Like, I fuck with the shoes, and I've been I just started getting into like the reselling and stuff like that. but I haven't had the opportunity to really break out into it. I don't look at people like you or Bull or anybody like that, and I don't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? I just dig deeper and I figure out my way to get into my lane. That's me and myself knowing that I'm comfortable with what I got going on. My bills paid, my son taken care of. I'm happy with life. If I don't never get a pair of Jordans, I still, you know what I'm saying, die happy. And that's just me. Folk got to get to that place where they could die happy.
I feel you. That's some real shit. I appreciate that, Craig.
Already, bro.
All right, brother.
Y'all have a good day.
Yep. So, Cam, what's going on? Anything else you want to say? Do I got you back, or are you still unsub now?
You got me back, bro. You got me back. I appreciate you extending the invitation for me to, come up here and chop it up. I definitely think you should continue the conversation, though. I think it's a lot that a lot of people can still learn. I saw some educated, statements in the chat and on the panel, but I also saw some real head ass shit.
I mean, this is a touchy subject, and you can't never get this shit 100% right. Like, you can't say something that everybody's gonna agree with. You're gonna have one side of thinks one way, another side that thinks another way, and it's like, at the end of the day, I have to be able to not feel no way about you as a person because you feel this way. It's just politics. It's just the way it is, and we all have different observations. Like, if you totally disagree with me, like, I can't feel no way about you. That's just how you think, So that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a forgiving person, so I'm back. But it was just kind of hard to listen to the panel just as a woman and as a Black woman. Like, it was a lot of shit being said that I was like, oh wow, this crazy. Like, Tony and the panel kind of wilding. Like, I tune in like every single day, so I'm like, damn.
Feel free to come in and check me or check anybody. Like, we need this, and we need more. We need more women, to come and pull up. I got a lot of women in the chat. I got a lot of women's subscribers that I'll be finding out. Like, I be talking to the names like King Cam. I'm thinking that's a dude, King, and then so you know what I'm saying. I'll be like, oh shit, so I need that. I need y'all voices to be heard too. This is a platform for everybody, not for just men. So if you've ever find anything you disagree with or agree with, please feel free to take the link and just we're never gonna be judged. I'm never gonna screen, like, we don't do that, so you can totally disagree with me, and I just want to hear it why, and maybe I get an understanding. You feel me?
Yeah, I was yelling at the screen, so I said, you know what, let me go ahead and take the link, man, 'cause they wildin'. Let me say something. But
yeah,
I appreciate you again. I am like a big fan of yours. You are one of my favorites. You were one of the people who inspired me to want to do this, like, after I lost my job and shit. So y'all see me on a screen near you real soon. I'm working on it. But,
all right, for sure. I'll be tuned in. Is this your channel, the King Cam, or do you have a channel or no?
It's not literally a channel right now. It's just this is how I watch y'all.
All right, but, I feel you.
Coming soon for sure. But y'all can find me on Instagram at got.zilla on Instagram. That's GOT.ZILA.
Y'all boys be nice. Don't be doing no weird stuff, man. Because I know.
Yeah, don't be doing no weird. I'm chilling. And y'all can't be ragging on them OnlyFans girls, okay? They be making bank.
I mean, hey, like I said, I just hope they putting that money towards something. That's all I'm saying. Because when that starts hitting, getting older, I hope that money been invested in something. But I can't hate. But now I appreciate that, and like I said, feel free to take the link. If you ever want to hop on and give it because I did something recently about the women's sneakers, and I had my homegirl pull up, but I always love to hear the women's perspective because I hate being a man giving the women's perspective. I just hate that. You feel me? So if you ever feel the need, just take the link. It's always there.
For sure. Now that I figured it out, I'll be back for sure.
All right.
But y'all be easy.
All right. Yep. Peace. Man, no limits. Yo, guys, I appreciate all y'all, man. 3 hours and 37 minutes, man. I gotta get out of here, bro. I've been doing this too long, man. I've been enjoying it. I've enjoyed the stream. Hit that like button on the way out. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll probably be back with you guys maybe tomorrow, Sunday, or All-Star Weekend. I got some stuff going on with Panini, so stay tuned on that. But I love y'all, man. As always, salute to all the people that came through. Let me read some of these donos before I go, because we got a couple of them. My bad, dono people, but We not gonna forget y'all, man. So let me see. We got Papa Q.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
Papa Q said,
"If you believe for you can achieve." It's a mindset.
That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for me to say it now, the things that I'm saying, and you may feel like it's cliche, but I'm saying it after doing it and looking back. So when I look back at what I did, I'm telling you what I did during those times. And sometimes it's as simple as, man, I worked my ass off. It may seem cliche to you, but that's what it was. You know, during the mindset of that process of those years, that's what the mindset was. It seems cliche. It seems like something that somebody's, you know, always said, but it's what it was. You feel me? So just keeping it 100, man. If you want to know how I got to where I'm at, go to my YouTube channel, type in Otis video and watch the first one, and then just go through every single one after that. You'll find out how I got to where I was at. Go to the YouTube, Tony D2 Wild, go to Otis video. Hell, you can go on this channel, go to the Otis video and watch the Otis video and just keep going like to the next one, the next one, the next. Just do that. Just watch all those, and then maybe you'll probably see the understanding of how you got to that. You know, it's all documented, right?
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
Being lazy and being complacent are separate.
Salute to motherfucking Dirty for the 199, man. I'm gonna send that back to him on Zaya's live next time. Troll Mageddon in the chat. He got a live going live at 10 o'clock, so make sure you guys and girls are tuned in.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
First come, first serve.
Son of Tony and the chat, good looking on the knowledge. Jaya salutes G's.
I appreciate that. It's old school. Hey, by the way, not because of anything that happened today. I've already talked to my people on Twitch and reading them. I'm getting rid of the pussy popping on the handstand, man. I got too many female followers and subscribers. That pussy popping. I'm just kind of tired of it now. I just feel like I need to grow up. I don't know how my ladies feel about it, and I don't want to disrespect anybody, but this might be the last or the second to the last. I'm about to change the pussy popping the whole shit, man.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
So it's a Chill Town, man.
Salute Tony D and the panel hashtag Chill Town.
You already know Chill Town. Don't ever send me that DM you sent me again. That shit scared the fuck out of me, Chill Town. Don't do that again, please, man.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
Salute to motherfucking Papa Q
again. At the
again.
end of the day, worry about the cards you're dealt, not the cards others are dealt.
That's a good point. And that's the best way to succeed, man. On that part, definitely. Salute to Daryl.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
Prices are increasing currently, so how is not raising the minimum wage going to help people? We live in one of the richest countries in the world and should be working towards a livable wage for future generations.
So like I said, man, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the raising of the minimum wage as long as the prices that increasing now don't double the increase. So if they're increasing it at 2%, I just don't want them to increase at a 4% or a 10%. You feel me? That's all I don't want. So yes, I'm cool with doing it if there's no bad part about it. And if small businesses are not going to fall out or small businesses are not going to go bankrupt, I'm all for it. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And salute to everybody in the building, man. Salute to Cam for pulling up and checking me, man. Always good. I'm out, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. I love y'all.